Yes, Mother has returned. Let's go. One song today because we got a lot to cover. I don't care what anybody says. Let me X out of that before that song starts. There we go. Hold on. Oh, shit. Woo, it's been a while. Midna, shut up. I've been busy. Yeah, exactly. I'm more live than now recording. Leave me alone. Damn. Damn. And Luna Lizzie, you are correct. MamaMax brought me back. Holy shit. Not all heroes wear capes, bro. Yeah, my voice is a little. Listen, I had a drinking stream last night. All right. So my voice is a little DN22 says MamaMax returns. Everybody hates iDubbbz like they always should have, and so much content. True, and I wish I could cover it all. All right, let me go through this real quick. Platinum, I have been summoned to pester you. Yes, please. Shay, it's been a minute since I tuned in. Glad to catch it. Thank you. DN22, something smokes and milk. Very true. Very true. Thank you for being members. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, it was something. So before we get started, wait, is Nuke in here? Is Nuke in here? So how are y'all doing? Oh, that stream went too wild last night. Are we doing good? Are y'all behaving? Have y'all been behaving? If you've been watching a lot of Nicholas DiOrio, you ain't been behaving. He's been doing damn good. Homeboy had 11K in his chat the other day. I was like, damn, I saw his tweet about it, and I sent him a DM with his tweet, and I was like, congrats, bro. Damn. What's up, Core? Luna's like we always behave. Luna, you know that's a damn lie. You know that's a damn lie. And I just woke up like a little over an hour ago. What's up, Complexity? You're not that late. I had to play like a 5-minute song first, you know me. Okay. Now, I don't know if we're going to do this whole thing today. We may end up only doing half today and the other half tomorrow because I got to do my job over there, so just to let you know. Markin said, I'm currently fostering 5 kittens. So none of us are behaving. Not with 5 kittens, you're not. Holy shit. What's up, Eva? And Mitch. Hold on. I gotta see something real quick. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Yeah, we'll get started. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you have seen this shitty video. Thank you, Flower. Xylie, it's good to see you. Why is my alerts not? Because I don't do VODs anymore. Okay, the alerts are on now. Thank you. You watched it through Diesel? Okay, great. Because y'all are getting the 1.5 treatment a day. Because MamaMax talks way too slow for me. Billy even knows MamaMax. He was like, I always knew something was up with him. I was like, oh yeah, I know MamaMax. I told him, I said, yeah, we made a bunch of money off of him in January of 2024. But let's be honest, we knew he wasn't going to drop anything until 2025. We knew he was because he always takes over a year to respond to somebody. Why? I have no clue. I ain't doing 1.65. Xylie, do you need the half-baked podcast layup? What are you talking about, Opblock? Opblock, what are you talking about? Yeah, complexity. That's exactly it. He hopes the drama dies off enough, people will forget. The one thing about commentary, they never forget. They never forget. All right. Let's get started. Oh, dear God. I'm so excited for this. Let's hear what MamaMax has to say. Yay.
Hey everyone, welcome to the You're Late MamaMax cancellation response video. This is a very dense video, so I've divided it into 5 main sections: introduction and recap, Night Docs, Nexpo, and Mudahar, Spencer's allegations, personal questions, and Belfgor. With that said, let's go.
Okay, not gonna lie, I can't wait to get to the Spencer part, because if y'all remember, Spencer drove me nuts. I was probably more upset with Spencer than I was MamaMax, which, I mean, I was still mad with him, don't get me wrong. But Spencer, oof. Oof. Oof.
Go and have fun. Hi, hello. Why should we trust you? There's 2 sides to every story, and I'm sure you've gotten hundreds of one side, but there's still a whole other side you haven't seen yet, but that's gonna change. What happened? That's a lot to explain. So a survivor reached out to me for help regarding a case of an alleged cult leader and child predator, and asked me if I could platform them to tell their story.
I find it funny that he has her face blurred, but knowing Spencer, she would probably, like, put a privacy complaint on it or something, knowing her.
So I was just going to start a new format where we platform the survivors and let them have a voice. But I quickly realized that we needed help given the gravity of this case, and the purpose of our campaign evolved to find more survivors in order to build a criminal case against the accused party, since he was still active.
Can I speak to Officer badge number?
And so I reached out to institutions, journalists, lawyers, and experts in the field of cult psychology.
The leader uses
To institutions, journalists, lawyers.
Thanks, Max. Let me speak to some of the others and study what you sent. I'll get back to you early next week.
And experts in the field of cult psychology.
the leader uses these techniques to gain undue influence over his or her followers. We've often referred to this as brainwashing or mind control.
But most notably, I reached out to my peers on YouTube. The most influential among them was
No. You reached out and then you made a stupid ass video trying to call out Moist Critical for not listening to you. Bruh.
Charlie, who has helped me in the past.
This also comes into play with MamaMax's video, if you remember that controversy that happened. I imagine most people who don't know the situation and don't know MamaMax will see this and just be like, what the fuck is going on here?
His support has always been invaluable, and since I've seen him fight corruption before, and he is one of the most respected voices on the platform, I truly believed he could make a difference. But it was difficult to get anyone to just listen to the survivors, and so I created artificial drama to get people's attention.
I could literally cancel you, Charlie.
Yes, you dumb fuck. And the one thing you don't do is create artificial drama, because then everybody is going to look at you sideways. And you got to understand, we were all hating on you because of how you treated Tommy. With that stupid ass intro you did, like, what was it, 3 to 5 minutes? On that one video where the video attached to it had nothing to do with Tommy. You're retarded. You honestly thought we forgot. Bruh.
And to be clear, I was always upfront that the drama was fake.
This is a call to action disguised as a cancellation.
And that worked. Until it didn't.
Stop ignoring MamaMax. Yeah, so here, you want me to talk about it a little bit? That rubbed me the wrong way.
I still don't feel good about that decision. But then, the people that I trusted, the people that I looked up to, the people that I considered my best friends, they all turned on me.
Okay, I would like to make it very, very clear about something. Hold on.
looked up to, the people that I considered my best friends, they
Okay, this guy, Nexpo, right? I want to make it very, very, very clear about something. I remember when Nexpo went up on Lyrics' stream, and I remember sitting in a call with Nick, and I was like, I don't trust that Nexpo guy. He literally sounded, when he was up on Lyrics' stream, he literally sounded like he was just trying to save his own ass. Luna is like, hush, Xylie. He low-key pulled the autistic card. Shut up, Luna. I did, nope.
all turned on me in an attempt to protect their own reputations because they saw what was happening to me. And then they resorted to creating their own deceptions around me. So that way they could bury me. No one will ever believe what I say. I'm a fraud. I'm a liar. I'm a manipulator. I'm a deceiver.
Well, you are a fraud. You said that you got people arrested and you didn't even know how the system worked. Remember, you told me that on the live stream when I went up there and gave you the 1-2. You definitely are a liar. You tried that fake drama. You went from we're not going to the police to where we went to the police. We're not going to the police. And now we're going to go to the police. Bro. And a manipulator, you are 100% a manipulator. MamaMax, I still have that call sitting on my channel right now where you were trying to manipulate me over Charlie. You are very much a manipulator. Matter of fact, I told you to your face you were a manipulator. And that's when little old, I think I had maybe close to 5K subscribers at that point. I'm just saying, I still have it on my channel right now. Private. Just throwing it out there.
Deceiver, I'm a monster, and then they wiped their hands and pretended like I never existed. But I do exist. And I do have my own side to all of this. And that's what I'm doing now, is clarifying some things.
Yes, I'm going to be honest. I hate that. I hate that tank top he's wearing. I hate it.
Presenting some new information that some of you might have not known. And hopefully in the near future, we will resolve all of this drama. So that way we can get back to the more important work. Do you acknowledge that you've made mistakes? And if so, which? Of course, I've made mistakes. And I think one of my biggest mistakes was covering dangerous content at a time I was too immature and uneducated on the subject matter. It's important to note that I did not have a mentor. I did have some military training, but I was mostly learning as I was going. And I felt what I was doing was much too serious to ignore. The amount of child exploitation that is happening all over the internet still does not get enough exposure to this day. And that leads me to another big mistake, which was mixing fiction and non-fiction for cases that are too volatile for dramatization. At the time, I felt I could do no wrong if entertainment helps bring awareness to these very real issues. But retrospectively, it just creates confusion around what's real and what's not in the long term. But I have been quite transparent about this since the very beginning.
All information was hidden or censored, names and identities were altered to protect the privacy of non-consenting parties, all dramatization and the visuals dialogue are fictional and meant for storytelling purposes.
How would you explain that? It's like half.
You literally held like a Discord like meeting or whatever. And you had people asking you about that one particular girl, and that girl wasn't real, but they thought she was. You were misleading your audience, bro. You were literally lying to your audience. What? He thinks oh my God.
Half fiction, half kind of a story?
I call it hybrid, like documentaries, because it's like, yeah,
Okay.
it is half fiction that is parallel to the real story, and then there's just the real story.
Which is why the full investigation was publicly available in the mega drives that were linked in the paste bins of my video descriptions, that were then reported and taken down, with claims that they contained CSUM. But there was no CSUM, it was just documenting predators and their interactions with me. The entire investigation from accessing the platform, creating an account, Interacting on the site, speaking with predators, speaking with victims, and everything that happened from beginning to end were present in OBS screen recordings on those mega drives. There is so much information that I would include in this very video, pertaining to previous investigations, that I now cannot present because these drives have been taken down. I did not create a backup because I was not comfortable keeping all of this evidence of predators on my personal computer, so my team helped me upload it and let it go to the public. Mega is quite clear that you can report objectionable material. Because our end-to-end zero-knowledge encryption means we do not know the nature of content that is uploaded, Mega is only able to take down content when a public link has been reported to us. And since these were videos of predators getting naked and masturbating under the impression that I am a minor, I don't necessarily disagree with this decision, but that was the only source proving that these investigations were real. And since they are gone, it has been very easy for everyone to say that they are just fake.
I have a headache already. Not gonna lie. I have a headache already, bro. Bro. Would this be considered revenge porn if he posted people's nudes? Man, that's not exactly illegal. I don't know. That's actually a good question. That's a good question, loser. I don't know. He is stupid. He's very fucking stupid because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. You don't mix when you're reporting on an IRL event. No, fuck that shit. When you're reporting on anything, you don't mix facts and fiction. You just don't fucking do it. You just give facts. That's all you need is facts. Complexity. There's no CSAM on it. Just pretend CSAM. Put the fries in the bag, Max. Period. Complexity. Period. Point blank. Period. You retard. Oh my God. Bro.
But obviously they are not. These platforms and predators are very real. Some of these same creators have covered them with me on multiple occasions.
So some of you may have seen the video that both myself and Ryan did, but most importantly MamaMax did, on a website called kidschat.net. It is a haven for predators.
We made reports to the FBI and NCMEC together, and I don't know how anyone can think that the predators are fake. No, these are not paid actors. These are child predators. Some of them even have records.
And the sheriff says admits to sending pornography to a child is now charged with pandering obscenity. Wayne Barnett is 60 years old, and the sheriff says Barnett sent the images to a 12-year-old.
Now, I'd like to clarify that I never actually claimed to personally get these arrests.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video.
But I never said this.
So you did find out who he is. You did find out who he is, but you didn't put him in jail. Is that fair to say?
I don't know if we put him in jail, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And anytime a predator is arrested, I always credit my audience.
Okay, so that's what MamaMax does, ladies and gentlemen. What he does is he likes to play with words, all right? So he'll twist it just a little bit so you get the impression he did it, but he has plausible deniability because those weren't the exact words that he said. But he's okay with you thinking that he said it the other way. That's what he does. That's how he's manipulative. He likes to play with fucking words. Thank you, he took credit for the arrest. Absolutely. Meowser, thank you for being with me 25 months. Put more work into dodging accountability, to be honest. True.
Who do the legwork.
And it was all thanks to you.
And finally, I think platforming survivors before we were ready to handle the public was a huge mistake. I did read books and reach out to experts and institutions to educate myself on the subject matter. I did get the consent of the victims who appeared in these videos before releasing them, and I did ask my peers for feedback, which most of them did not have anything negative to say until after the backlash, but clearly none of us were ready for what ended up happening, and I do take a great share of responsibility for what happened, and I don't feel good about it. Those are just a few mistakes, out of many, many more I know I've made, but I'm always learning and trying to do better. Genuine question here. Why did you betray Night Docs despite all that he did for you? Is he lying or is he telling the truth that you made false allegations concerning him? I actually really want to talk about this. So just for some background, I met Jim Pagel, creator of Night Docs, at PAX South 2020. This is where I also met Nexpo, Mudahar, and some other YouTubers. This was my first experience meeting other YouTubers, besides a random collaboration with Official Duck Studios in 2019.
Welcome! Go! Faster!
Anyway, this was my first real friend group with other influencers, and I was a bit awkward, to say the least.
No, really? You awkward? No. No. Say it ain't so. I'm pretty sure this part is boring.
But I became very close with these people, specifically Night Docs and Nexpo.
So, no! And guys, whoa, guys, what's going on? I said stop, drawers, not drawers, not my drawers. Give me the fucking camera.
And Ruby and I ended up moving in with Night Docs when he invited me. And from what I remember, Jim was a very kind person and an extremely loyal friend.
Max and Ryan, Nexpo, like, those guys are as close to being my brothers as you can be without being blood related. I mean, I would do anything for those dudes.
And I have so many fond memories with Jim. But Jim would often get on Ryan's nerves, Nexpo, when we would film together. I remember this happened.
Hold on a second. I have to do something real quick. Hold on. No dead air. Oh my God, Pumpkin. Jesus Christ, you're a pain in the ass. You know what? Bruh. Do you not see mommy working right now? There, bitch. Damn. Sorry, Pumpkin's being a pain in the ass. You know how she is. Okay. Yes, I called you a loser. Now go drink your milk. Oh, she's mad. What? Who are you yelling at? Go drink your milk and leave me alone. All right.
With pretty much every episode of Cringe Kitchen, as well as Ben Drowns Again, that we all filmed together. And I think it was because Jim has ADHD. He is prescribed Adderall and often drank a lot of energy drinks on top of a nicotine addiction. So Jim would often get lost in whatever he was doing, and this would result in Ryan getting pissed off and venting to me about Jim.
Probably bring maybe Max and Nexpo along too, if they're up for it. I know Max will be all on board with it. Max is like, always like, whenever I ask Max about anything, he's like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Come on, let's go. Like, he's really awesome that way. Ryan tends to be a little busier, and all that, so not as easy to get a hold of Nexpo all the time. He also shuts his phone off quite a lot too, so he's hard to get a hold of unless he wants to be available.
Ryan and I would become closer than brothers. I think just because he was a year older than me and our opposing personalities mixed well. And there were times when he would ask me questions about living with Jim. And I told him I would help Jim care for his girls when he was busy.
What is that?
I want him to be.
Who do you want to be here?
Max.
You miss Max?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll show Max this. You want to tell anything to Max? If Max is sitting right here, what would you?
What are we doing? What exactly are we doing in this fucking video? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Tell Max.
Max, I want you to come back.
Now let me be clear. Just because I would supervise and feed the girls on occasion does not mean I think Jim is a bad father. Jim is actually very kind and loving. From everything I have seen, his children are very happy.
Why would you put his kid in the video? I mean, I know why he did it. He did it for manipulation, but bro, this ain't the move. What the fuck is wrong with you? Come on, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Pumpkin, you see this bullshit?
Happy with him. I am just explaining my side of what was happening when I lived with him. So when Ryan and I would hang out without Jim, he was always very curious about what was going on in his place. So he would ask me questions. Ryan always loved talking about Jim. Anyway, I fell in love with a woman who was helping me hunt predators, and Jim graciously let me invite her to stay with me for a week. And this is when I started hearing the first rumors about Jim from this girlfriend. Because she was chronically online and spent most of her time on all of our Discord servers and participated in a lot of the gossip that happens on these servers. It wasn't anything serious, it's just that Jim was very flirty with women, which isn't a crime, so I didn't really care. But again, when Ryan would ask me questions, I would answer him honestly. And since he was also hearing some of the same stuff from his own Discord server, we would compare notes and discuss what we've been hearing. And then we started witnessing firsthand how Jim would behave with women in real life, saying some pretty inappropriate things that would create some awkward situations. And it's not like he was hurting anyone, but I think because of that, and the rumors, and some other personal stuff, over time we started to distance ourselves from Jim, and eventually we just stopped talking to him. That was the extent of my relationship with Night Docs.
Well, let's talk about your inappropriate relationships with women, manipulating them and you know, trying to get them in the good graces and always wanting to fly them out to Texas to your house. We can talk about that. Let's talk about the manipulation tactics you use by using that stupid ass voice changer when you're talking to somebody. We can talk about that. You are very manipulative when it comes to women. Tusky, MamaMax, more malicious Max. If April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring pilgrims? I met three-legged horse once. Bro was unstable. Good one, Tusky.
But things did not get that bad for him until VidCon 2022, when Ryan told Mudahar about all of this. And that's when Jen, Mudahar's wife, told us about her experiences with Night Docs.
You know, in regards like Night Docs, the whole situation is like, you know, you hear some things and then you're trying to figure out where they're coming from, and then you find out, you know, it was originating from Max the whole time.
Yeah.
Not that Night Docs doesn't have fault of things of his own.
Now I'm going to leak her DMs that she sent during my cancellation.
All right, I will say that I know Doe did not like Night Docs. I do know that for a fact. I've talked to Doe about it. She doesn't like Night Docs. You know?
To a witness who will be speaking shortly. Hey, I remember a couple years ago hearing the whole Jim and the waitress story and that you felt uncomfortable. Was I remember things wrong? It was some joke from Jim about him and I potentially spit roasting with a waitress that talked to us there. It came out of nowhere and it just surprised me, on top of me thinking it was just weird and disrespectful lol. He's saying now the waitress was into it. From what I remember, she wasn't around at all when the joke was made, and I can't recall him talking to her directly. Unless it was while I was in the bathroom, I don't know. I mainly remember everyone there just being like, what the fuck, when he said that to me. I can't speak for the waitress if she'd be into that, talk or not. I'm just trying to piece together some things because cool, it's not a pedo, I guess. He was still out of pocket and obnoxious. I feel for the dude. I feel like it's textbook divorcee dad behavior. As for the other claims, I have no idea.
Oh, February 8th, 2024. Interesting.
He got too pushy with me before I met Muda. He can't read a room. So just for everyone to be crystal clear on this, Mudahar and Jen were already saying, and I quote, Night Docs is a fucking creep. Even Mudahar himself admits he did not hear any of the rumors from me.
In regards to Jim or Night Docs, there were two allegations, one of them which had come from Max, allegedly, in amongst a friend group, about him not being necessarily the best dad. There were two key things. One of them was him being asleep most days, and then the other was that Max would have to step in and feed his children cereal or whatever else was in the house. This is something that I heard, again, not from Max, but through our internal friend group. And while this one definitely raised some questions about, okay, you know, you gotta be attentive if you're the dad, it wasn't necessarily the most serious thing. However, what was more serious was the allegation where he had allegedly started unzipping himself in front of a minor, exposing himself over a Discord video call. Now, I actually confronted Jim about this one specifically because I wasn't exactly, I need to know the bottom of this truth, or I need to understand or at least get his side, because obviously I met the person in reality. Me and my wife confronted him, and in this situation, Jim obviously categorically denied that he had done anything, but I didn't have any evidence for or against Jim, and you know, in spite of all that, I still decided to, you know, hold back my connection, not talk as much anymore. We weren't necessarily the most talkative people anyways, but this absolutely sealed the deal, and that's just because I don't really like to interact with somebody that even has that kind of an ick on them or that stain, because again, I don't know what's true or what isn't.
I hate the way he's put this fucking video together. Nexpo is not going to address this, unfortunately. He really should, but unless it... No, they're not going to, okay? Really, only drama tubers are going to react to drama. Teddy, so basically, sort of, kind of... No, I think it was they found it too. It didn't happen. Yeah, it is very intentionally misleading.
In this situation, I just decided to dial back the friendship that I had. Obviously, considering everything now, I'm more inclined to believe Jim at his word, given the other party.
So let's break this down. Mutahar claims that there were 2 allegations. One of them, only one of them, had come from me, allegedly, which was that Jim was a bad dad. And then Mutahar even admits he did not hear this rumor from me. It was from an anonymous source within the internal friend group that he intentionally does not name, who was spreading these rumors to him. And then the other allegation, which Mutahar has already implied, did not come from me, because remember, only one of them came from me allegedly, which was that Jim was exposing himself to a minor over a Discord video call. So if these rumors did not come from me, who did they come from? It was Ryan who spread those rumors to Mutahar. And from my memory, Mutahar and Jen spread those rumors to everyone else, telling every other YouTuber that NightDocs is a predator who abuses his kids. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what these people do. For the record,
Wait, what?
Mutahar and Jen spread those rumors to everyone else, telling every other YouTuber that NightDocs is a predator who abuses his kids.
You know what's funny? I never heard that from Jen. Jen never said that about him. She said he was creepy, but she never said that about him. I do not remember her saying that about him. Ever.
And I was like, okay, I guess that's what these people do. For the record, I was not even present while this was happening. But you could say we were all responsible for spreading rumors about NightDocs. But of course, when I start getting canceled, they reached out to Jim and pinned all of these rumors on me. My statement on the MamaMax video just released today by Nicholas Diorio, where I explained for the first time what Max did to me.
Bogey, unlike Max, I just got a job today. F sickos. Good job, Bogey. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Muda said that he has really nothing to address and that Max is manipulative, unhinged loser, basically. Well, he is actually a manipulative, unhinged loser, let's be honest. He really is.
I'm grateful to Nexpo, Ordinary Gamers, and others who listened. I'm grateful to you. NightDocs will return soon. I know people have been wondering where I went and why I...
MamaMax. Okay, Complexity says, MamaMax. Guys, I didn't start the rumor. I just went along with it and never came out to correct the record until now. Also, we hate Muda still, right? See? Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I ever really said this publicly. I can't remember. I'm going to be honest. I can't remember if I said this publicly. I definitely said it in the Cabal chat, though. With the exception of Muda at the time, I was like, well, and Doe, obviously. I was like, that whole fucking friend group sucks. That whole fucking friend group sucks. And it seemed like to me a lot of yapping was going on behind everybody's back. And all they did in that friend group was talk shit on each other. Bye, Teddy. I guess. Bye, Teddy. Teddy, are you leaving? Goodbye. Honestly. So...
fell off so abruptly. My comment section is full of questions. The truth is that over a 3 to 4 year time span, I experienced one traumatic event after another. I was suffering from severe depression, then I went through a messy, identity-shattering divorce. The woman I loved and knew me better than anyone rejected me. I lost my job, facing more rejection about my ability to do what I was hired to do professionally. My grandmother died, my house flooded during the big Texas freeze, and since I no longer had a job, I was on a mortgage payment deferment, which meant I believed I didn't have home insurance, so I wasn't able to repair the damage, and my house became a depressing mess, falling into disrepair with a concrete slam for a floor. My house then caught fire during a live stream. On top of all this, some of my closest friends who I thought knew me well completely rejected me and cut me off. So this is true. We all cut him off. There were multiple reasons for why this happened. Some I already explained, and there's others I probably don't even know about.
When I lost all my friends, I just went away from YouTube and all that. Like, I just lost all of my self-esteem. I just felt like I was like irredeemable. There was something wrong with me that nobody would ever want to be around me. And I had no idea what it was that I did, but I was like, I'm obviously just a piece of shit.
So you'd say this impacted your career, I guess?
Absolutely, it impacted.
See, that's the thing, Dark Music. Okay, Dark Music says, it's interesting to say you never heard Jen say that stuff about Night Docs, yet Max is saying they started the rumors. I don't know if I believe him. The thing is Max, I'm gonna be for real. The way you are, bro, if we look down and you tell me that grass is green, I'm going to double check to see if that grass is green. Swear to God. You are such a manipulative liar. I can't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. Real talk. I can't believe a damn thing that you say, bro.
My career, I completely fell off.
And while I was given an explanation, it didn't make any sense to me. Then I found out that Max, who I had opened my home to and allowed to live rent-free just so I could have a friend nearby to help alleviate the loneliness and isolation I was feeling, had gone behind my back and spread false allegations of the worst sort about me to my closest friends and didn't even have the courage to tell me. Worst of all, I could not defend myself because not only did I not even know my character had been completely assassinated, he had so much credibility both publicly and privately that I didn't stand a chance of being believed, even if I knew about what he had said. I simply wasn't strong enough anymore.
Here's the thing about Max. This is why Max got away with it for so fucking long. You didn't want to be called a pedo. The last thing you wanted was MamaMax calling you a pedo. Look how he went after YouTube twice. I think a total of 3 times, but twice it kind of worked. Look how his fans were. Look how his community was. The last thing you wanted was for them coming after you. That's why MamaMax got away with it for so fucking long. And everybody had to sit back and wait. Tommy didn't wait. Tommy called him out on his shit. And Tommy dealt with shit for, what, a year? Maybe 2? And then MamaMax slipped up. And he slipped up bad. Sometimes you have to wait for the right moment. And honestly, the right moment was January of 2024.
His allegations against me range from I'm a neglectful parent to I am a creep, that I'm a pedophile. Essentially, the one that I was most bothered by really was when he was calling me a pedophile. He wasn't saying it publicly. None of the allegations he had against me were said publicly. He was doing it all behind the scenes with the people that I was closest to.
The truth is that we were all doing this behind the scenes, but it seems no one else wants to take accountability for it, among some of the many other things they don't want to take any accountability for. But don't worry, we will get to them later. And as you will soon see, their noses are not clean. By this time, I'd completely run out of money and knew it was too dangerous for me to live alone, so I moved in with my parents, further eroding my self-esteem. My father and brother and I spent months repairing the damage from the flood and the fire and sold my house. I had what seemed to be undeniable empirical evidence that I was a toxic piece of shit that people were better off without. With nothing left to live for and no visible path to an existence worth enduring, I came within hours of doing something very stupid and very permanent. I had a plan, a place, and had made up my mind. I planned on leaving no note, because at this point I felt like I was so worthless that it wasn't even worth explaining anything. And then my daughter saved me. The image of their faces too young to understand and so unconditionally loving, it wasn't fair. My parents checked me into a mental health facility that evening where I stayed for over a week and a half. So I do feel really bad for Jim, and I can empathize with what he was going through, considering I'm going through pretty much the exact same thing that these same people are claiming I orchestrated. Pretty interesting, huh? Until only last week, when Nexpo called me to tell me what Max had done to me behind the scenes, I really believed everything that had happened to me was deserved. I'm just now starting to put my life back together. So for any of you that just missed that, Night Docs just revealed that all of this is stemming from a call with Nexpo.
What Ryan initially told me, that him calling me a pedo or whatever, Ryan told me the story that he basically brought me up out of the blue.
So regarding Jim, there were 2 specific stories that Max really harped on when it came to Night Docs, at least whenever we had our little...
I'm gonna tell you now, I never trusted Nexpo. Never. I never trusted him. Ever. Didn't like him at all. If you notice, I believe I didn't even cover him calling in to, I believe I didn't cover him calling into Lyrics' stream because I felt like he was full of shit and he wasn't saying shit. He wasn't saying, like, he wasn't being completely forthcoming. Oh yeah, Max is definitely screaming for a victim card. 100%.
I guess, falling out. So Max was convinced that Jim was this pedophile creep, and he backed up this claim with, firstly, a story about an inappropriate conversation that he claimed Jim had with a minor. As it turned out, this person was not a minor at all.
Exactly, Complexity. Some people you just know by the way they talk, that they talk a lot but say nothing with an agenda. Yes. 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 And when Nexpo was up there with Lyrics, I was like, bruh, there's a bunch of shit you're not saying, sir. There's a bunch of shit you're leaving out. I bet. I didn't trust it. I remember sitting there going, ew. The fuck? And this is another thing that bothered me. Why was Muda the only one that went to Night Docs with the issues that people had with him? Why was Muda and Doe the only two that went there? Nexpo, how come you didn't step up and say something? If I'm in a friend group and I supposedly have one person in the friend group calling the other person a pedo in the friend group, guess what? All three of us are having a fucking conversation. Because I'm not going to be sitting in a goddamn friend group where one person's walking around saying that the other person's a pedo. Wait a minute. We need to get this shit straight right now. Shut everything down. Let's have a fucking conversation. And if we can't have that conversation, somebody gots to go. And that's one thing I never fucking understood. But then all of a sudden, you're jumping on a Lyric stream, gonna be the white knight for Night Docs? What? Where were you when it was originally happening? Yes, exactly, Eva. Yes, because I remember talking about this with you. Yeah, this is where we thought Max had something on him so he couldn't talk. Yep. Exactly, Eva. Exactly. Because it's when he was talking to Lyrics, it literally sounded like he knew more than what he was saying or what he was trying to portray. Shit.
They had told Jim their age at one point, which I believe was like 25 or so. I'm not entirely sure, but that's that whole story that Max always like referred to back whenever he would call Jim a predator. There was another story that led to more of Max believing Jim to be, I guess, a creep, and it involved one trip to a restaurant that he and Jim had way back when Max was living with Jim. Apparently Jim was, making moves on the waitress and, continuously hitting on her, and he just wouldn't stop, and it made this, I guess, situation, or this dinner that they were at, very tense and awkward. Basically, every single time that I was with Max during the time when we had our, I guess, falling out, I guess you could call it, Max would perpetuate this narrative that Jim was this pedophile creep, and he would always refer back to these two stories. And I guess I just never really vetted them because Max kind of planted this idea in my head that, oh my...
He was your friend! It's your job to fucking vet it! I'm sorry, if somebody is telling me that my friend is a pedo creep, and they keep going on with it, and they keep saying it, and keep saying it, and keep saying it, and they're part of the same fucking friend group, I'm gonna look into it! What? What? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Bro!
My God, we're associated with Jim. We have to cut Jim. We cannot be associated with someone like this. He's a pedophile, he's a creep, he's all of these things, and we can't associate with this guy. And in hindsight, it's silly.
Right now, your bullshit detectors are probably going off like crazy because this story
Yes! And it went crazy when he went up on Lyrics. I remember specifically fucking telling Nick, I don't know about that Nexpo dude. I don't know about him. It didn't sound too good when he was up on Lyrics. I think he's full of shit. I said it right then and there. Right then and fucking there. I remember telling him this. Dark Muse says, I think part of the reason the friend group hesitated to ever publicly call out Max until they had it is because they knew Max had dirt on them. Stop dead naming lyrics. Okay, I'm sorry, all right? But I'm calling him for what he was back then, all right? Shut up, Luna. Wait, what does lyrics go by now? Does he have a new name or something? Girl, I can't keep up. I'm over in the lolcow mines. I barely keep up what's going on. Oh, really? Oh, Liam. Okay. I like that name. Yeah, I know Lyrics. Okay, I do know Lyrics is doing a music channel. I do know that. Shock mouths. Fuck off.
Makes absolutely no sense.
You're right, Nick. My bullshit detector is going off like crazy. So Mudahar made 2 claims that he literally admits he did not hear from me.
Okay, listen, motherfucker. You ain't gonna do my boy Nicholas Diorio wrong, all right? Can you at least use a better picture of Nick? Use a better picture of Nick. There are plenty out there. All right, my boy has lost some weight. He's doing great. He's, getting anywhere between 5 to 11K, depending on the situation that's going on right then and there. Use a better picture of Nick. Everybody uses this fucking picture. Get a better goddamn picture. All right? Stop doing my boy wrong.
My bullshit detector is going off like crazy. So Mudahar made 2 claims that he literally admits he did not hear from me, that Jim is a bad dad who sleeps all day, and that there's a Discord video of him unzipping his pants to a minor, which is completely different from the 2 claims Ryan is making, which is that Jim was having an inappropriate conversation with a 25-year-old adult that apparently I claimed was a minor, and then that Jim is flirting with a waitress. And their response to these supposed claims is not to investigate it any further, it's just to disassociate from Jim, even though they knew Jim longer than they knew me. They just blindly believed these claims I supposedly made that, again, Mudahar admits I did not make. And, okay, yeah, Nick, you're right. These stories don't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Pretty funny, then, that you made an entire video, your crowning achievement, based on these unsubstantiated claims. Good job, buddy. I have a good therapist. My daughter...
I understand you have nothing to lose. But we all came together like the motherfucking Avengers on your ass. And now you're trying to be the comic book villain that is trying to revive yourself. You're done. Put a fork in it. Your credibility is completely lost. It should have been lost a long time ago, but your credibility completely lost. Pack it up. Go away. Nobody wants to hear you. But you know what? I am proud of you for one thing, Max. You're not using the stupid fucking voice changer. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Impulse was like, cabal, assemble. Man, we swooped down like the motherfucking Avengers. Shit. That shit was so fucking funny. 4 videos in 1 week. It was fucking hilarious. That was a good time. God damn, that was a good time in commentary. Holy shit. We had just gotten the end of 2023. Everything was dead. There was nothing really going on. Everybody was talking about commentary was dying. And then January of 2024 came around and Max fucked up. And it was fucking beautiful. He probably doesn't have the money for the voice changer anymore. Probably so, Luna.
Daughters love me with a childlike innocence that heals with every hug and kiss on the cheek. They know that daddy is sad but are too young to understand. But they truly saved my life by simply being who they are, and the thought of them dealing with the fact that their father wouldn't be around for birthdays, graduations, weddings, all of the boy problems, it kept me alive. If not for myself, for them. I recommend watching Nicholas Diorio's latest video, linked below, talking about what Max has done broadly. You'll hear me speak on the record for the first time about all of this. So just by looking at the thumbnail, I can immediately tell that Nicholas Diorio is going to be as honest and objective as possible. By giving me additional hair and enhancing the shadows on my forehead to make me look as creepy as possible. It's not like this is an example of visual manipulation and deceptive framing to influence the perception of the audience that all of these dramatubers are known to use. It's clearly an accurate representation of empirical truth and reality, especially given that Nicholas Diorio originally had no criticism when I first showed him the Charlie video. And then once he saw the backlash, he changed his mind to have a few light criticisms. And then after Mudahar recruited him to be his lapdog in the defamation campaign, he took a complete 180 and did everything in his power to make me look as horrible as possible, literally creating a video called "This Video Will Make You Hate MamaMax." It's
You know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, exactly, Luna. Like he never manipulated a picture before. Like you've never manipulated a whole fucking video before. Oh God, I hate this guy. Like, I can't even be nice about Max. Bro, you suck. You fucking suck.
It's not like he lied to my face saying he's going to keep everything between us and then subsequently leaking our DMs and private conversations without our consent, by the way, to get a...
That's what happens. That's what happens when you try to bullshit someone. That's what happens. Fuck it. It is what it is.
Get a head start on the narrative so that way I can't respond without everyone immediately think I'm lying about everything. Jim, I'm glad you got a platform to speak your truth that was worm-tongued into you by Ryan, who no longer wanted to be associated with his best friend that was getting canceled. Yet the survivors and I have yet to be platformed by any of these people, some of which outright denied us a platform.
Yeah, man, I'm declining. I'm moving on from the subject. You have my permission to tell people that. I wish them nothing but the best, but I hope they find justice again. When was this? 107-24. A place to have that discussion. Guess what? He changed his mind. MamaMax, do you know that people can change their mind? It's a weird thing that people can change their mind. They can change their mind about topics. They can change their mind whether they're going to get involved in the situation. My God, they could start to get involved in a situation and even decide to, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to be in it anymore. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, Stan, I remember it.
Despite the fact that we are direct sources of information for our side of the story. It's almost like this was an orchestrated attempt to keep us silent and only platform each other. What? No, that's not an echo chamber. That's a beacon of truth. And then anyone that was asked...
Let's go! I made it! Ah! Hold on.
What? No, that's not an echo chamber. That's a beacon of truth. And then anyone that was asking critical questions of them or showing support to me or the survivors were getting doxxed and harassed for having a different opinion than what cancel culture would allow for. So yeah, that's...
Wait. Wait. Did you literally put me on the screen as you said doxed and harassed? You must... I'm sorry that this tiny YouTuber made you look stupid on your own fucking live stream. I'm sorry this tiny YouTuber made you expose yourself of not knowing the justice system as good as you made people think you did. I'm sorry that I made you tell on yourself. You stupid little bitch. I didn't space fish. That's the point. I don't dox. Bye, Luna.
Beacon of truth.
What did I say here? I'm rude, guys. I didn't bend the knee to the great MamaMax. The Leviathans are coming for me. Complexity. It's crazy how he uses manipulative words while crying about a commentary cabal. So you're denying victims a platform? Bruh. Oh, God, that was crazy.
One that was asking critical questions of them or showing support.
Oh, okay, so that was Lavender talking to me. I was literally in the stream. You were rude, ignorant, triggering to survivors and beyond Argent by asking a question, then refusing to let him reply. You only wanted to yell at him and not listen.
Or to me or the survivors, we're getting doxxed and harassed for having a different opinion than what cancel culture would allow for.
Okay? And you know what? Are you dumb? This is a very brain-dead simp reply. Do better, honey. I still stand by that. I still fucking stand by that. And I still stand by they should have shut the fuck up and not talk on those goddamn streams, because those streams didn't do you any fucking favors. I still stand 10 toes motherfucking down on what the fuck I said. On Twitter, on a live stream, on my live streams, on his live stream. 10 toes down, bitch. The outblock for 2. Xylie get crops. Farmer joke. Haha. Thank you. Outblock. God damn. You really think people should be scared of you? What the fuck?
So yeah, that's really great, Jim.
Hold on. I gotta get rid of that box.
What he did to me pales in comparison to the damage he has caused to the women he allegedly abused and the victims of CSA that he's failed through his own narcissism and unchecked megalomania. I and my friends that you destroyed are moving on. The damage is done, but the healing has begun. Out of the darkness, we can all find light. Jim. So you all may be wondering, do I have any proof to my side of the story? You know, I really wish that was something you guys would ask of them. They have failed to provide any evidence that I did all of this, and yet everyone believes them. And now the burden of proof is on me that I did not do these things, which is actually impossible. How do you prove you did not do something? But I will show you what I do have. So this is my Discord correspondence with Ryan. He deleted all of his messages. I think because he knew I was going to expose him one day. There were many times he would talk shit about Jim, even videos where he would make fun of Jim. He deleted all of them.
Redact.dev is a beautiful thing. I'm just saying.
But I mean, feel free to read through my own messages. I looked up to Ryan like he was my older brother and always came to him.
No, that's not a, or he blocked you, Spacefish. That's not a block. He literally deleted them. If it was blocked, you would see blocked message, blocked message. He deleted them. I've done it before. I've done it before.
Him for advice. Yeah, I think he doesn't want y'all to know that, since it contradicts his disavowing of me. Unfortunately for Ryan, you cannot delete messages from group chats that you've already left. Sorry, Nick, but you're gonna get caught in the crossfire. You can blame Muda and Ryan for making me do this. So I believe this was regarding Creator Clash. LOL. Do you not want to go? I thought that was for the call tomorrow. Is that what I said, idiot? You just fucking laughed, loser. I laugh at your lack of intelligence. You know who lacks intelligence? James, I'm gonna groom the shit out of you, Bagel, with Nightcox Media. Nightcox banned.
James, I'm gonna... What?
Is that what I said, idiot? You just fucking laughed, loser. I laugh at your lack of intelligence. You know who lacks intelligence? James, I'm gonna groom the shit out of you, Bagel, with Nightcox Media. Nightcox
What? Octoling, thank you for the 10, for the goal. Thank you.
And a girl that we knew. He found out she was taken. So Ryan is implying that Jim only wanted single girls in his Discord server. Stop. Bro, what is the context behind this? No one knows. What the fuck, lol? The Jim lore is always expanding, I swear. Can't wait for his redemption arc. Jim went...
Okay, that was light, all right? That was like... Okay, listen. Every friend group has that one friend that is single and ready to mingle, all right? Every friend group has it. Max, this does not clear you. Sora, he just wanted to help hitting the... Hey, I just wanted to help hitting the goal. Holy shit, I can't read today. Thank you, Sora, I appreciate it.
And Kitten logs into Discord. Is this Jim? Is this Jim?
Hi everyone, so I just wanted to hop on here real quick and tell you that I am actually breaking up with Jason.
No!
What do you mean no?
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Jason.
Would you guys still be down to do part of the iceberg? I'm gonna pick it up next month after I get a few more vids done. I heard Nightdix is down for the part with young girls. Go suck his cock? Yes, that's all I do, to be honest. VidCon? Fell off? Huh? The fuck? I'm sick of you guys treating me like shit. Gonna start a new friend group with Jim. he made both of you, to be honest. Dude, you fell off. Damn it, is that a Jim moment? Bro, did you collab with him Pagel of Night Doc? Famous Webby-nominated YouTuber? Yeah, it was a Night Doc's media production. He really went to bat for me this time. That's deep. Want to hear something even more deep and heartbreaking? When I'm with you guys, I feel like I'm the low man on the totem pole. Bro, are you serious, dude? Come on, man. Should I feel bad, dude? If it makes you feel better, man, your content's trash and you fell off. But dude, you shouldn't feel that way. Honestly, man, I do. I know my content is far superior, but it's just the algorithm, man. Dude, just keep trying, bro. Maybe you'll hit the algorithm in 2047. LOL. Pathetic. Yo, what the fuck?
Okay, so he's showing them talking shit. Are you surprised? Put a 1 in the chat if you're surprised that this friend group was talking shit about a friend in the friend group. Lily Masai for 5. Thank you. Put a 1 in the chat if you are surprised that this friend group was talking shit about each other. Wow, I don't see any 1s. That's amazing. Okay, Octoling put a 1. Yeah, Max does engage too, because did you see where he put LOL pathetic? Yeah. I'm not surprised at all. Again, when he went up to Lyrics' stream, he didn't sound forthcoming with everything that he knew. You know? Yeah, but we saw him. We saw him.
Fuck. How the fuck are you two going to turn me into a gym like this?
And Stan, I hope you feel better.
Yo, what the fuck? So just for context, this is a group chat. Glink invited Ryan and Jim too. And Ryan would often make fun of Jim for wanting to go to events that we were invited to. Let's play a game. Spot the Jim. Lamau. You inconvenience me. Consistently. In other words, when we make a podcast. You tell me, slut. Whenever you're ready, we brainstorm names. We include Nick and Jim. Fuck no. Ha 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 ha. Can't have me without Jim. Podcast when? Finally got a name. The Night Docs Media Podcast, a subsidiary of Night Docs Media Incorporated, LLC, 2022. Fuck both of you, sing Night Docs Media live. Got any friends that might want random shit from my place? I got the couches, 2 beds, a lazy boy chair, 2 desks, office chair, 2 dressers, shelves, etc. Jim. I believe this was right after Jim's house.
Okay, y'all talked a bunch of shit about him. I'm going to be honest, I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm not shocked. This is not riveting content. Y'all talked shit about him. Sardin, I'd like to thank Max for letting Xylie remind me how epic she is when she shreds him and why I found and followed this channel in the first place. Let's go! Listen. That, Magnetar. Here, now, hit your gold. Thank you, Magnetar. I appreciate it. Okay, listen, guys. That call, Kangalope, thank you for being a member for 24 months. That call was the W that I needed. I'm going to be very honest with you. I had a hard-ass 2023. 2023 was not a good year for me, okay? I had several things that happened in 2023, and wasn't a good year, you know, and I was down. But that call was the W I needed. It was absolutely the W I needed. Nuclear. Oh, you're talking about Magnetar. Okay. What's up, Nuke, by the way?
House caught fire, by the way. Write that shit down. That's the funniest thing you've ever said. I
Wait.
hope you continue.
Eva, can you do me a favor, Eva? Oh, Eva, can you do me a favor? Eva, can you find a clip or something of that call that I had with Max? If you could, I would appreciate it. And just give it to me in the DMs on Discord. I'm sure it's got to be out there somewhere. Oh, shit. Wrong button.
To use it for years to come. I'm sorry I let you down. Lamau. Bro, what is the context behind this? Random DM last night. He's with Oki right now. Oki was asking me about Jim when we met him in LA. WTF, wait, this is for real? I told him we parted ways but didn't delve into detail.
Wait, I have a question, Max. Did you read out your Lamau on that one?
I hope you continue to use it for years to come. I'm sorry I let you down. Lamau. Bro,
Okay,
what is
he
the
did.
context behind
Alright.
this? Random DM last night. He's with Oki right now. Oki was asking me about Jim when we met him in LA. WTF, wait, this is for real? I told him we parted ways, but
Yeah,
didn't
that's
delve into
fine.
detail.
Stan.
100%.
Send
It's
it to
real.
me in
So I'm assuming they talked about
Twitter.
it. Did y'all get invited? I believe this was the invite for Lightwave. Yes, going. I think Jim might be there. LMFAO typical. I'll ask. Tell him the fucking deal straight. We don't mesh anymore, my mans. I'll let them know. Boys, we merch trading at VidCon? What size shirt you wear?
Okay, I don't give a fuck. They were talking shit, bro. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by this. Why? I think you've covered it that they talk shit. Please don't tell me this is the rest of the chapter, y'all talking shit. Okay.
Bitch Muda. Large. Gonna make you a walking advertisement like Jim did.
So I'm no longer Nexpo. I'm officially Night Docs. I'm a walking advertisement. So is Max. Hey, do you feel like you're being used, man? Because you're walking ad.
So
All right, hold on. Bam. Bam. I think she found it. There she goes.
There we are going to go.
Hold on. Was I up there for 20 minutes? Really? I was up there for 20 minutes? I wasn't up there for 20 minutes. There's no fucking way I was up there for 20 minutes. I was ranting.
Extinct, because we are a social species. And the more we don't communicate with each other, the more we fight. All right, Xylie.
Go, Xylie.
So I'm gonna just let Xylie go off. I gotta go to the bathroom. So if you want to take a
No, bro.
Wait, so you're gonna go to the bathroom as you're gonna let me go off? That's how that's supposed to work.
Okay, so MamaMax was a pussy, and he left me with the quote-unquote survivor. Why is this not doing what I need it to do? F11, bitch. Thank you. All right, so he comes back 3 minutes later, because we're going to skip that part. All right.
Talk about it, because how am I supposed to report on something that I can't see the facts of?
No one's forcing anyone to report on anything.
Okay, great. MamaMax is back. I ain't got to talk to you no more. But
Speaking
respectfully.
facts, that's what I'm saying.
Respectfully.
Hi, Xylie.
Respectfully.
Hey, Max.
I went into this call because of Matt Pitt. Okay? Matt Pitt forced me into here. Jack Walker, this was my introduction to Xylie.
Now, we've talked before. You should have known me coming up here would probably not be a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because you're not listening to anybody else. So what makes me think you're going to listen to me? Because I'm going to tell you now, Lyrics had hella good points. Muda, once again, had hella good points, and you're not listening to them. And every time Muda talks to you for 2 times in a row, I think it was 2 lives.
God damn, you know it's bad when my own fucking voice is not loud enough. What the fuck? All right, we're going to 400.
Streams in a row. But 2 times Muda has talked to you.
Okay,
you
that's
act
better.
like your daddy whooped your ass, and you look like you're about to cry because you know his ass is right. But yet, you don't do what he says. What is wrong with you?
So you don't want me to platform the survivors for live streams?
When did I say I don't want them platformed? When did I say I don't want them platformed? When did I say that? Show me a timestamp where I said that.
Stan, Nick was scared. Okay, we were all in the cabal watching this horrible fucking live stream, right? And I'm like, I'm not going up there. Matt's like, you got to go up there. I'm like, I'm not calling in. And then I was chirping Max in the chat, right? And Max literally spent like an hour begging me to go up there, practically, right? And I was like, I don't want to go up there. I don't want to go up there. So I went up there, and they were all nervous. They were all fucking nervous. I don't blame them.
What are you trying
Don't
to
look
say?
at her. Don't look at her. Listen to me and look at your computer. Don't look at her because she can't give you that answer. You said it out of your mouth. Show me a timestamp where I said you can't platform them.
What are you trying to say, Xylie?
What I'm trying to say is, if they have a case, again, I haven't seen the proof, so I'm saying if, okay? If they have a case, you are fucking it up by these live streams.
True!
I don't think that's true.
No, I think it is, because let me tell you something. You sent your audience to go hunting for this dude and his mother. If something would have happened to them, that would have been on your ass. And then it would have been on their ass for saying the damn name and having these people in the chat hunting his ass down like he's a fucking deer.
They were taking Camden Gerard Davis's mother. They were spelling out the mother's name for the people in the chat. Literally. And then people started popping up with addresses in the chat. Doxers. 100%.
Can you give us?
I am not talking to you, honey. I am talking to Max. Respectfully, stay out of it.
You are not being respectful, Xylie.
How am I not being respectful? What, because I'm loud? I'm a loud bitch. I've been loud ever since the day I was born.
True!
Honey. It ain't changing because of you. Have you seen my live streams? All I do is stay loud. Stay loud and proud, baby. That's me.
True.
Xylie, can I ask something?
I only have like one question. I turned her volume off so I don't get cut off. Can you show it?
Well, then fuck you. You ain't getting an answer.
You can prove that.
You ain't getting an answer. You're not getting an answer if you can't hear me, and you can do your thing. Blah 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 blah.
When did he say that?
He sounds like Charlie Brown's
he
teacher
never
in my
does
ear
say
right
that
now.
at all.
Because he cut my volume off, and
I
I'm
don't know what
supposed
the
to
fuck
answer? Yeah, I know you don't know what the fuck I'm saying because you said you cut my volume off. So why would I even care to answer you?
Period.
I'm sorry that y'all can't handle somebody being...
Period. How you gonna cut my motherfucking volume off and expect me to listen to you and fucking answer you? No, fuck off. I'm having a conversation with motherfucking MamaMax. I'm not having conversation with MamaMax, with Temu version of MamaMax trying to have the deep fucking voice, okay? I give two fucks about you. Don't give a... Bro. Step off to the fucking side and let me have my conversation with MamaMax. It does not fucking concern you, okay? You can go and suck his dick later.
Being real with y'all. I'm sorry you can't handle somebody not kissing your ass. Because you know, Max, you've talked to me before. You know I'm not going to kiss your ass, dude. You know I'm not. I'm not going to kiss your ass like everybody else. I'm not going to do it.
And I don't want you to.
And when I said kiss his ass, I meant every single person in that call. That's who I meant when I said like everybody else. I was talking about the people he surrounds himself with. Block. That's my fucking auntie!
Can I ask something, Xylie? I just want to just try to get us all on one page here. So Mudahar did give him really good advice about the.
I did talk to Sylphit because I like Sylphit. Or I haven't talked to Sylphit since, but yeah.
The timeline video. The way I keep referring to Max is I said the version I can show my mom. My mom doesn't know any of this, any YouTuber or anything. I want something I can show her. It's a clear and concise video. It's something that a lot of people have been asking for.
Basically what normies can watch.
Totally.
Yes.
But you understand, you make videos and stuff, it takes a long time. You can't necessarily just get it together in 2 weeks. It's kind of unrealistic to be like, this is how long it's going to take, when literally every week there's a...
Kyron, I deadass did a speech in college about MamaMax. That's funny as fuck. I love that, Kyron. That's awesome.
New page unfolding, hey, this survivor reached out now this week, and this, now you're talking to a lawyer again, and it's...
Wait, what, Nuke? Bro, I saw Sylphit defending Max in Chud's chat. What, yesterday or recently? Are you serious? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Bro. Oh, good job, Kyron. I'm glad you got an A. On the new MamaMax video, yeah. God damn it, Sylphit. Get his dick out of your mouth, bro. He's not going to do anything for you.
It's not something you can just... I understand. I am an audience member, too, who's patiently hurry up, dude. But it is also a thing of, try to be patient and... Is it the time frame that you're angry about? That he just hasn't hurried up and made it? Or is it just the whole thing?
There's a whole bunch of stuff I'm angry about. I don't like how he hides behind his victims either. Or not his victim, but the victim, excuse me. I don't like how he hides behind the victims either. Every time he gets told about the doxing, well, they said that it was okay to do it. You're hiding. This is your channel, Max.
Yep.
You hold responsibility of what goes on in this channel.
I agree.
So, yeah. I'm angry at all of it. Because quite honestly, you do understand. If you go to court, they can pull these live streams for court. You do know that, right?
We are not going to court, Xylie.
So what are you doing? Just hunting them down like a deer? Is that what we're doing? What are we doing?
Have you not been listening this stream?
I know, but you loop. You loop, and then you always look to somebody else for an answer. You can't give an answer yourself.
I'm answering you.
What are you doing then? Tell me right now.
I do sound particularly country in this fucking. I don't know if I want to finish this. I sound country as fuck. God damn. Is that how I fucking sound? Holy shit.
Now I will be quiet for you to answer and go.
So when we reached out to the lawyer, he told us it would not be beneficial to pursue a case against Camden Gerard Davis because he likely does not have substantial assets. So he recommended that we all go in person to report him to the police station that is in his jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
That is
So
what we are
they
doing.
didn't tell you to go into the okay, is he still in the same jurisdiction that the crime occurred?
For the most recent survivors, yes.
Okay. Because I was always
You know, the one thing that used to irritate the fuck out of me with Spencer is how, I don't know why, I don't know how to explain this, but the way she used to say survivors, the way she would say that word used to grate my fucking nerves. I don't know why, but every time she said the word survivor or survivors, it used to grate my fucking nerves. Ugh.
under the impression you have to go into the jurisdiction that the crime occurred. All right? Then yes, carry your pretty asses over to that jurisdiction and go, hey, Mr. Police Officer, I have a crime to report. Yes, that's what needs to be done.
Yes,
Hell,
that
you
is what
might
we are
even be
doing.
able, and because since, you know, COVID and stuff like that, you might even be able to do it over the phone. I don't know. I don't know. Because I've only dealt, because I know you're in a different state now. You know what I'm saying? But I've had to do it. I've had to do stuff like this before on my own accord. But yes, you need to go to the police of the jurisdiction of where the crime occurred and go, hello, Mr. Officer, can you help me?
Yes, that is what we are doing.
Okay, that should have been done before all these live streams. Even I know that, and I haven't been on YouTube as long as you, dude. Now, granted, I have lived like probably 20 more years of life, but still.
This was a decision by the survivors to come out about Camden publicly.
I get that. I get that. I really do get that. But Max, how long have you been chasing predators?
See, that's the thing I don't get. This was their decision. Okay, well, people who really don't have, like, they're not YouTubers. So they don't know the correct course, right? And me getting ready to ask him, how long have you been chasing predators, right? It's like, you should know how this should go. And you should know this is not going the way that you would want it to go. Like, bro.
How long have you been doing this?
It's been about 4 to 5 years probably chasing.
Okay. So 4 to 5 years. So you have experience in chasing down predators, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what bothers me is you didn't have the wherewithal to tell these ladies, hey, listen, we need to go to the police first and file a complaint or file something of like, hey, a crime was committed. What bothers me is you've been doing this for 5 years and you didn't even know to tell them to go to the police first before they say something?
They did. And have you seen my Wayne video?
Well, okay, you're saying names, so I don't, which video was that?
It's called Wayne.executable.
No, it's
Wayne?
called This Is What Happened to a Child Predator on TikTok.
Yes, that is the YouTube name. Sorry.
This, I think
that was the Tommy C video. That was the video where he acted like Tommy C in the beginning of it. I forgot the name of that fucking video. Now, if he would have said the video that had Tommy C in the beginning of it, yeah, I saw that piece of shit. I saw that piece of shit video, but I couldn't remember it at that time. But why even bring up that video? They ain't got shit to do with what the fuck we're talking about.
I did. Give me, hold on. Did I see it? I don't know. I don't remember. I watched so much shit. Okay, wait a minute. So I have a question. So you plan, okay, so you are.
Okay, so somebody threw me a layup in the DMs. They got me back on course. And that person, I believe, was Nicholas DiOrio.
Okay, wait a minute. So I have a question. So you plan, okay, so you do plan to go to the police, right?
Of course.
So what's the point past that? Because then you're talking court. So then if you go to police and they say, okay, yay, we're going to go get him or whatever, I don't know, live in a dreamland, whatever you want to feel. Are you going to court after that?
I'm unsure about the entire process. I think that's the job of the district attorney, but the survivors would likely appear as witnesses.
Okay. What bothers me is your answer right
You
there.
dumb
You've been
fuck.
doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes? How
I've
many
never
people
been to
have you
court.
actually caught?
I've never been to court.
Oh. Oh. Well, shit, that makes sense then. There you go, folks. Okay. There you go.
I'm glad
You're a vigilante for views only. You're a vigilante for views only. Bro, are you serious?
No, the entire thing is that he has never gotten a case this big to like get.
And I've never been so personally involved in a case as this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. When you
Night,
have
Eva.
somebody move in with you that you're friends with, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is absolute. Oh God. Okay, Max, y'all need to you need to shut this live stream off, and y'all need to figure out how y'all are gonna go to wherever that jurisdiction is and put in complaints and talk to a Mr. Officer or Miss Officer. You know, this is 2024. You know, we're not doing that sexist stuff. All right. So we're going to talk to either Mr. or Mrs. Officer. All right. You need to figure out how to do that, because this shit here ain't kosher. Ain't kosher at all.
If you say so,
Oh my
Xylie.
God. It's not if I say so. You don't act like it's just me saying it.
True.
Please do not
Everybody's
act like
saying
it's just
it.
me saying it. It's me, at least a good 150 people in your chat saying it. It's all over Twitter that's saying it. You look up your name on YouTube and it's a bunch of people saying it there too. Everybody is saying it, Max. It's not just your haters that are saying it. It's people with common fucking sense. It's people nicer than me that's even saying it, Max. You need to go to the cops with this. It's not just, mean old bitches like me. It's
True.
not just assholes who are saying it. It's actually nice people who are saying it too. It's people like Mudahar that are saying it. It's nice people who are saying it. People with, a little bit more grace than someone like me. Go to the cops. Show them your evidence. I'll be damned, I'm not signing an NDA on evidence that you're trying to get me to believe a story that I can't see the evidence. I'm not signing no damn NDA. Are you kidding me? What, give you my information so I can see some evidence on a story that we're supposed to believe? Hell no.
Then that's on you,
I don't know
Xylie.
you. I don't know you like that.
Why in the fuck would I sign a goddamn NDA? Give him my fucking information when they were just doxing somebody in their fucking chat. When they were literally doxing Camden's fucking mother and spelling her name out. And you're seeing addresses pop up and where she works and shit like that. Why in the fuck would I have given him my motherfucking information? Kiss my ass on that. I'm just saying. Complexity said, LMA, the funniest part about all this was the Discord NDA, bro. That Discord NDA was fucking stupid. That shit was stupid.
How do you expect people to say, yeah, I trust MamaMax? I absolutely trust MamaMax. Right after they just said the bad guy's mama's name on and spelled it out in a live stream, I absolutely trust him. What the fuck?
So what are you trying to say exactly?
Oh my
You're
God.
fucking up. That's what I'm saying. You're fucking up, okay? We'll just put it in a nice little box, okay? I can't say it's pretty wrapping, but it's wrapped with a bow on top saying, with a tag, you're fucking up.
He's so...
Yes, everything is my fault, Xylie.
If they have a case, you're fucking it up. That's what I'm saying.
And I still believe that.
I disagree.
Yeah, because you're too fucking stubborn. Stop getting past your own way, dude. You're fucking up. Everybody is telling you you're fucking up. If it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. And you're quacking right now.
I guess time will tell, Xylie.
Nick signed his NDA with a controller manual. Oh yeah, because weren't they saying Z0, Z4? Because the way he did it with the controller, it was Z0, Z4 or something like that. That shit was funny. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yep, time will tell, because I tell you what, you're getting the Onision treatment right now. Because you're fucking up. At least one thing with me, I'll tell you exactly how I feel, right?
Thank you for telling us how you feel, Xylie.
You know I'm not gonna kiss your ass.
I didn't want you to.
Anything else? Any other questions? Anything else you want from me? I like your sweater.
Thank you. Well, if you have any questions...
Okay, to be fair, I did like his sweater. Maroon does look good on him, okay? Listen. I just got done fussing at him, so I gave him a compliment. You know, you tear him down and you bring him up a little bit. All right? You tear him down, you bring him up a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Shit. Burn, shut up.
I'd be happy to answer. I know.
You got no damn question because you answered everything. You're just treating this shit like dumb, dude. Stop. Get off the fucking live stream and figure out how the hell y'all gonna go to that damn jurisdiction and talk to the fucking cops. Because if these girls got a case, you're fucking it up.
If you say so.
I do say so. Absolutely say so.
Internet says, never forget that boot can't wash out Max Striker faked years of Predator investigation solely to promote his cringy Hotline Miami fan fiction. True.
So.
We all hear you.
And it ain't just me saying it. Don't sit there with your little manipulative way that you want people to feel sorry for you, whatever. Don't sit there and act like it's just me saying it. You got a whole chat full of people saying it. There's a whole bunch of people on Twitter saying it. And guess what? There's a bunch of people on YouTube saying it too. You're fucking it up.
Keep talking.
Keep talking. I'll always keep talking, baby. Bye.
And I never stopped. And I haven't stopped. And I'm never going to stop, you piece of fucking shit. Keep talking. That motherfucker tried that keep talking line with me. Bitch, who the fuck you think you is? Motherfucker. What, Pumpkin? What? I'm working. Give me a second. All right, let's get back to this bullshit. Okay, so we're back to... So that was me. For those of you who never saw me fussing out... Well, I didn't really fuss him out. Well, kind of. I don't know what you want to call it. Me talking to MamaMax. Kangaloo. Max makes me so angry that the way he talks reminds me of a manipulative partner. If you don't stop, ma'am, we're going to fight. I'm going to fight you in front of all these people. It's going to happen. Stop your shit. I love you. Pumpkin's being a pain in the ass, y'all. I'm about to ship her to one of y'all. We're going to do a giveaway, and it's going to be Pumpkin.
I believe this was a text message from Nick to Ryan. I was right, man. Jim's making a statement. Shut the fuck up. What we do? Trying to get a coffee or what? So you can see here, Ryan was always very concerned about Jim speaking up.
Okay, all right. I can't anymore. I'm sorry. They're just talking shit. I mean, is there anything... Do they call him a pedo besides that one thing? Like, all they're doing is talking shit.
Anyone see Jim's story? Deleted Instagram off my phone, what'd it say? Showed this tweet with a sappy message. Love it when someone decides that not only are they not your friend anymore, but they poison the well for everyone else you were friends with. Sounds familiar. I think I know who he's talking about. I'm telling you, dude, he thinks everything's 100% me, I know it. It is. So I'm half joking here. Clearly we are all accountable for shit-talking Night Ducks, but up until Mudahar was involved, Ryan was the most vocal about Jim. Fuck you. I need to talk to you, please.
Okay, Max. All of you were shit talkers. Your friend group fucking sucked. You were part of that friend group. You fucking suck. I'll take your dog. Excuse me, I don't have a dog. She is a cat.
Bro, stop.
And she has finally shut the fuck up and is drinking her milk now. Good job, bitch. Right.
Photoshopped. LMFAO. You gonna talk to him? No, I don't think I will. So I believe this was during Pick Aside YouTube. Jim was fighting off the commentary channels. You sure do know how to win a man's heart. Always with you, dude. He reached out to me so many fucking times and you said not to reply and that you had him blocked. So I don't remember ever saying this. So a few months before, I asked Ryan if we should block him, and he told me yes. So I actually didn't tell him to block Jim, I was just asking if we should. But I didn't want to block Jim because I felt he was owed an explanation from the both of us. But whatever. Now he 100% thinks I'm the one talking shit about him pulling the strings here. I can talk to him about it if you want. Or we can. Or just not say anything more, I don't know. Up to you. That put me in a shitty spot and now I look like a fucking asshole. I'm sorry, man, I didn't even think about that. We should talk to him together then. Shut up. Kill yourself. Why do everyone in Squid Game look the same? Yeah. Something to note about YouTubers. They spread a lot of rumors, they love to gossip, and they love to appear like they don't. But they most certainly do. Keep in mind, this is only what...
Not all of us. I love the fucking gossip. Why do you think I run a drama channel? Do you... What? Why do you think most people who run drama channels run them? They love gossip. It was like the Tea Party chat leaks. Did you honestly think we were in a group chat and we weren't talking shit about people? Obviously we were. We're a bunch of drama tubers. Duh.
What I have saved. There was a lot more in my DMs with Ryan, and it was much worse in person. It's also pretty interesting that Ryan has privated all of his Cringe Kitchen episodes with me and Jim, and if you go to the ones that are still public, you will notice his audience thinks it's because of my involvement. But all of his videos with me are still public. I think he might be trying to hide some things in those videos that could verify what I am saying.
So actually I'm gonna be joined by MamaMax and Night Docs. Let's get some music going!
And Night Docs knows I'm not the type to talk at like parties. I'm a pretty quiet guy.
MamaMax and Night Docs do live together. Yeah, he's actually upstairs right now, working on. I think he's working on his next video right now. You know, he'll be standing there. He might not be saying much, and then you hand him a camera, and things just start happening, and it's really cool.
But people who love to get drunk and run their mouths, that is Nexpo and Mutahar. Luckily for Mutahar, I don't have any evidence of him calling Jim a predator. He mostly did that in person when he was drunk, but from my memory, he was very vocal about gossiping, not just about Jim, but pretty much every other creator that thought they were his friend.
Muda is a wonderful, wonderful human being. You guys have, like, he's exactly like you see on his videos. Like, he's just so full of energy. He's got like the quickest wit I've ever seen. It's so hard to keep up. Like, I generally have a lot to say about everything in general, but I got nothing on Muda. Muda's got a really hot take on just...
You know what I find amazing about this? One thing I notice is the people who are fans of MamaMax. Now, I'm not saying everybody who is a fan of MamaMax, okay? So don't take this wrong. But a lot of people who are fans of MamaMax need to touch fucking grass. People talk shit. People talk shit all the time. I might get frustrated with one of my friends, and I'm going to go talk shit about them to another friend because I need to let it out. It happens. Spacefish. This is all very nice, Max. Impressive even. Now let's see Jim botched PDF investigations and doxing. Oh.
Just about everything.
There's so many YouTubers that can substantiate this, like Nick Crowley.
Nick, what the fuck are we watching?
You need to tell me, man.
Max, what are we watching, dude?
Trust me, just watch. Shut up, Nexpo!
I don't even know what I'm doing here. Get me out of here.
But he's probably going to defend himself and his friends. But that's okay, because there's one witness who is brave enough to speak up today.
Hi, I go by Prox. I'm here to provide a new perspective on the relationship between Max, Ryan, Muda, Nick Crowley, myself, and Jim. Specifically as a witness as it pertains to the allegations
That's who Prox is.
from Ryan and Mutahar that Max destroyed Jim's character. Before I get into the main topic, I want to give context on who I am and why my perspective is important. I've been involved with these guys for over 5 years, and I have first-hand experience with many of the people and events I'm going to talk about. Here's a brief rundown of the projects I've been a part of. On April 27th, 2020, I was a part of Ryan's project called Ben Drowns Again. On July 15th, 2021, I was part of Ryan's Walton Files analysis.
But the person filming this can be heard in the background saying the following.
So, on June 24th, 2022, I was a part of Ryan's project, The Darkest Half-Life mod, which you won't find without the Wayback Machine.
A strange temptation awaits him.
I really need to take these pills. This channel used to be called Nexpo After Hours and was publicly available. Uploaded on May 1st, 2022, I was a part of a video with Ryan and Nick called Meeting Dream at 3 a.m.
Can I shake your hand? Can I touch you? Mr. Dream. Oh my god.
This was only a tiny fraction of the stupid shit we'd do at Max's place at the time. On January 18th, 2022, I was in Muda's video titled A Lot Happened This Weekend.
Like Friday night, Ryan came over, Prox, and Max came over, and we just kind of like had a good time.
On July 29th, 2022, I was a part of Muda's video titled The YouTube Disaster You've Never Heard Of. I wish I was never part of this mostly negative video at all.
And shout out to Prox, by the way.
On April 7th, 2021, I was part of Jim's video titled This Video Can Physically Attack You. I've never been a part of any project that was specifically...
You know what I'm getting from this video? Trust no one. Trust no one. Or better yet, okay? Not no one. All right? But be very particular on who you trust and what you tell them. Impulse, do you trust us, Xylie? Hell no, I don't trust y'all. I see how y'all are in other chats. The fuck? I'm just kidding. I mean, I trust you as far as being my audience sitting here talking shit. I don't know you. Exactly, Jamie. I'd rather just trust my IRL friends and family. And listen, it's not like you can't find real friends on the internet. You can. It is possible. But they're very few and far between. Because a lot of untrustworthy people on the internet. A lot.
For Nick Crowley, though we did hang out a lot behind the scenes for various other projects like for Max, Ryan, and etc. And I've helped Max with almost all of his post-2020 content. On July 13th, 2021, I uploaded the video titled Raising Cane's Chicken is Not What It Seems, documentary, featuring Nexpo, MamaMax, Some Ordinary Gamers, Nick Crowley, Night Docs, and so on. Now that I've established my history with these guys, let me start from the beginning. The story begins for me around August of 2019 when I first met Max. This was shortly after he released his video covering Kanye Quest. Ryan would notice the video and collaborate with Max on the same topic a couple months later. It was around this time, in early 2020, that Max and Ryan would become good friends. Max messaged me about a new collaborative project he was going to be a part of that Nexpo was filming, which wasn't too far from me. I believe it was the night of April 25th that I drove over to Jim's house and met Ryan and Jim for the first time, where we also pranked Max before he showed up.
Which question? How do you feel about the current health crisis in the world? Yeah.
Filming for this project, which ended up being Ben Drowns Again,
Look it, it's Nexpo. It's Nexpo from YouTube.
was fun and went smoothly. Most of the time. Ryan was arguably taking this project more seriously than anything he's done before. He gathered several creators together to film a real-life storyline.
What is the fucking point of this? Why am I watching this? Why am I fucking watching this? Yes, Given Ant, I still stream. Shut up.
Sorts. Therefore, when Jim tried to share ideas with Ryan, on and off set, whether it's an extra
Are you still bad at Fortnite, Given Ant? Are you still bad at Fortnite? Do you still play Fortnite? You think I fucking forgot? With that badass gameplay when you did that interview? That horrible fucking gameplay? Just saying. Come up in my chat asking, you still stream? Bitch, do you still play Fortnite badly?
extra scene there, a drone shot there, etc., the response from Ryan ranged from warm reception to downright frustration.
Reese.
Not too long after the project started, Ryan would voice his frustrations to the rest of us without Jim being present. A good example would be when Jim would fly his drone over the woods decently far away to get some B-roll before almost entirely losing his drone and panicking about it for the next hour. This was a detour that caused another delay. In retrospect, though, most of what Jim did wasn't like this at all. Jim's a bit of a clumsy guy who makes mistakes. I mean, who doesn't?
This shit?
But overall, I argue that most of what Ryan was complaining about boiled down to Jim's
I am too old and my ADHD is going crazy with this fucking video, bro. What does this have to do I can see why Tommy skipped this part.
mostly harmless suggestions and criticisms to him, which Ryan just couldn't bother to be more patient about, regardless of, again, how much of an asset Jim was to
Okay, he was impatient. So fucking what? Listen, Okay, I have a question for you, Prox. Were you also talking shit about the other people in that group? Because it seems like that group was always talking shit about each other. Were you part of that too? Should I just check you in the box of part of that group talking shit about everybody else? Because that's what it seems like. And who cares? Who cares? This is so fucking dumb. Pumpkin, what? No cuddles right now. We're not doing cuddles. She's making biscuits on my arm right now, and it's driving me insane. While I have a fit about this stupid-ass video.
the project. Behind the scenes on this project was the beginning of a long era for Ryan as we knew him personally, one that was fueled by contempt for Jim. You can absolutely bet that Ryan had a list of complaints after every one of these videos, which he of course started to only share with Max and I, since this was a continued outlet for venting his frustrations about working with Jim. You know, forget the fact that Ryan and Jim have a longer
Yeah, it's just a bog down the video with information to get you to forget about what the real issues are. Max and friends fucked over Night Docs, and his only defense is I didn't start the rumor. You were still part of it.
history together than any of us. Forget the fact that Jim sourced an important location and actor for the film, along with being one himself. Also, forget the fact that Jim made an entire score just for this video. Despite how useful Jim was to this project, Ryan just wasn't having it. Ryan's lack of consideration for Jim would only get worse from here. After filming for Ben Drowns Again concluded, Neff and his partner went home and it was down to the four of us for the rest of 2020. Max started living with Jim for a few months and we would all continue to regularly collaborate, with videos like Strange Flyers around Portland, Oregon, the Randonautica video, the Rabbit Hole video, the Cringe Kitchen episodes, which all featured Night Docs at this point. I mean, they were literally filmed at his house. And oh yeah, the Kids Chat video, where all of them, including Muda, collaborated and made their own video. Very interesting. What I was mainly up to around this time was just hanging out with everyone off set. We'd go to restaurants, bars, stuff like that.
Are you enjoying your Coke?
It's a Pepsi. Except for one time at the bar we frequented, Jim made a surprise inappropriate comment to me involving our waitress at the time, as he's done on multiple occasions. Though this moment was ultimately harmless, it did bring up a discussion among the rest of us about this behavior. Max has stories of Jim flirting with waitresses. So does Ryan. So, much later, when Ryan says this,
another story.
This is retarded. Hey, I remember a couple years ago hearing the whole Jim, and the waitress story, and that you felt uncomfortable. Was I remembering things wrong? It was some joke from Jim about him and I potentially spit roasting with the waitress that talked to us there. It came out of nowhere and it just surprised me, on top of me thinking it was just weird and disrespectful.
multiple occasions. Though this moment was ultimately harmless, it did bring up a discussion among the rest of us about this behavior. Max has stories of Jim flirting with waitresses.
So you were part of the talking shit on Jim then? Jack Walker, surprise comment. He did it pretty often. Which one is it?
Ultimately harmless, it did bring up a discussion among the rest of us about this behavior. Max has stories of Jim flirting with
Thank
waitresses.
you for the 5.
So does Ryan. So, much later, when Ryan says this...
Another story that led to more of Max believing Jim to be, I guess, a creep, and it involved one trip to a restaurant that he and Jim had way back when Max was living with Jim. Apparently Jim was, making moves on the waitress and, continuously hitting on her, and he just wouldn't stop.
He is insinuating that Max is the only one with stories like this, and that Max was the only one who thought that Jim was acting inappropriate toward waitresses. Already in just this instance of this video, Ryan is either intentionally deceiving everyone by staying vague and manipulating facts, or after all these years, he's just turned into an idiot baby that genuinely forgot everything. However, when 2020 was starting to end and Max moved out of Jim's place, an evolution happened. Instead of complaining about Jim's behavior, why don't we just make fun of him? All the time. A group gossip tradition of sorts, spearheaded by Ryan, since...
And you were part of it! Because you know what? None of you motherfuckers said anything to him about the behavior you didn't like. None of you! Instead, you were a bunch of pussies and did it behind his back. If he had genuine behaviors that made y'all uncomfortable, if he was your friend, why didn't you say something? I'm sorry, this Prox dude has literally outed himself as being one of the assholes. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought I read it before. Medley. I thought so. Yeah.
From what I remember, making fun of Jim would be more than half of the things he's ever said around me.
I'll do another one. I don't mean to be a Jim, but...
No, dude, go ahead. Ryan would come over when Max and I were hanging out at his new apartment, busting in and saying shit like, "Yo, is this Nightcock's media production by Jim fucking Pagel? I'm gonna groom the shit out of you. Out of the darkness, we can all find light." Ryan would also make fun of his videos. One example that I remember Ryan religiously making fun of was Jim's new character at the time, Noctis. He made this character because in the Rabbit Hole video prior, Ryan donned his rabbit persona, and it was clear that this character was in a group with Max and Jim. So Jim probably thought, hey, I should make a cool character of my own. However, he was already fighting a losing battle, because the whole character thing was only cool when Ryan and Max did it. He also made fun of this. He also made fun of this.
I don't play by the rules.
Damn it. He also made fun of this.
Night Dogs. It's Nexpo. I hope you're doing alright, man. I haven't heard from you in a while. I'm not worried about you.
And so many more.
What am I doing? I agree, brother. What are we doing?
You see, Ryan may look like a calm, calculated, and almost mysterious individual on camera. Off camera, however, he's a huge shit talker. He's also very impatient and quite condescending. In fact, just about every conversation I've seen Ryan in, he's always in the center of it with the loudest voice and the funniest jokes.
He's a YouTuber. What? This is so fucking stupid. What the fuck is this shit? You are literally implicating yourself as being one of the assholes, just to let you know. Did you go to Night Docs and say, hey, this is what they're saying about you? Did you go to Night Docs and say, hey, listen, I have some concerns on how you treat waitresses in the restaurant? Did you go and do that? Because if you didn't, that makes you a pussy too. That makes you no fucking better. What?
A big ego only trumped by one other guy I know. Ryan's college jock bro behavior would only be compounded with the introduction of Nick Crowley to the group in March of 2021. Not because Nick was particularly brutal to Jim or anything, he was always very toned back about it compared to what Ryan would spit out daily. And he was a bit late to the Jim lore, but because Nick was involved with the boys now, and there's another cool bro in the group, meaning Ryan has another cool bro friend to boast to, wait, what if we replaced Jim? And yeah, that's exactly what happened. Ryan's been wanting to cut Jim out for a long time, and he took this as the perfect opportunity. As of March 2021, this is the last month I can find collaborations with Jim and the rest of the group. And then there's my video, which appears to be the actual last one, however, it was also filmed in March. It wasn't just some big coincidence that Jim didn't appear in our videos anymore, it was indicative of what was happening behind the scenes. Meanwhile, the rest of us continued with collaborations, hangouts, and all the usual stuff with nothing.
And the rest of you never said anything to Night Docs. Y'all literally cut him out and didn't say a word. Guess what, Prox? You're part of the fucking problem. Congratulations, you just stuck your fucking foot in the fucking mud. You're a piece of shit too. God damn.
Nothing notable until January of 2022 when we met up with Muda in Houston. This is where I met him and Jen for the first time in person. At this point, Muda was becoming much more involved with the group, or more specifically...
Oh, wait a minute. Muda's on the outs right now, so let's stick it to him. Real brave, bro. Real fucking brave. Real brave. Fist in the air. Brave. Bravery.
Ryan. Nothing too notable, except for Ryan, who wanted me to tell my Jim waitress story to Muda and Jen personally. And by this point, it wasn't uncommon for him to encourage others into talking about their own experiences with Jim. Why? You should ask Ryan. At this point, though, Jim wasn't just gone, he was still trying to keep touch.
Can I remind people Max was a filmmaker before a pedo hunter, so if this seems like a convoluted crap fast, it's because, well, Max is crap at everything. Yes, true, Neon. 100%.
Which we didn't, and he was rightfully upset about this. We took his kindness for granted, we slowly phased him out, and then we dumped him. And the fearless leader of the boys, the ultimate Jim aficionado himself, was happier about this than anyone. If the other guys in the group were forced to tell you the truth, they would tell you something similar. So,
am I gonna see any proof of anything substantial besides this telephone game that we're playing right now in this section of the fucking video? Like, what the fuck is it? You all talk shit. That's basically what I'm hearing. What are people supposed to do? Stand up and clap for Prox for jumping on this video?
That's what happened to Jim. In conclusion, there's a lot more I want to say, but I also wanted to keep this testimony brief. I don't know who exactly spread rumors that Jim is a predator that abuses his kids, because I wasn't at VidCon 2022 where these rumors started. I can only tell you what I've personally witnessed, which seems to be the opposite of the picture Ryan and Muda want to paint. They pinned this on the one guy who still wanted to maintain contact with Jim at this point. There's something clearly wrong with the mainstream narrative. Based on everything we've just covered, I'll let you be the judge. Jim deserves to know the truth, and he's long overdue for an apology. Jim, I'm deeply sorry for the way I treated you, and how we all treated you. You deserve better friends.
Alright, we're rolling.
Bruh. Bruh. Yeah, exactly, Nuke. They're all snakes. That's the segment. Yeah, exactly, Complexity. Xylie, you're asking for proof when we've been on Max's Trust Me Bro for proof of Camden Gerard Davis for over a year. Facts. Facts.
Okay, so I'm gonna say go this time. I'm probably gonna be like past the cars barely, and I'm gonna run slower. Okay. So it'll be easier to catch up and all that stuff. All right, I'm gonna go now. All right, go.
Jim, I am so sorry all of this happened to you. There's so much more I need to say. I'm down to talk if you're up for it. I miss you, man, and I hope you can walk away from all of this stronger than ever. And no matter how much fire you come under, remember that you're Jim fucking Pagel. Bulletproof. So, Mac.
Yet you didn't. Oh my God.
How does it feel to have Leviathans come for you? Not good, I assume. I mean, you did end up being revealed to be a backstabbing manipulator who betrayed his friends and fans.
Yes.
We all know what you did to Night Docs, Maxie boy, and we do not forget. I understand why you feel this way, given all the videos you must have watched about me. But I hope hearing my side can show you that the truth is a little more complicated than what YouTubers might make it seem.
Ryan? Sure.
Max, do you realize you're a YouTuber too? I love how he throws out YouTubers like he's not a YouTuber. I love how he throws out YouTuber like it's a bad thing when he literally manipulated his audience and thinking that he was a real pedo hunter.
What's up? What want to say, man?
Fucking love you, dude.
I know. Bye.
Bye.
What the fuck? Why am I
Hey, Max,
watching?
longtime fan here. I was wondering quite a few things, actually. Firstly, what is this story I keep hearing about Night Docs and your allegations against him? If you did tell people he was a predator, then Nicholas Diorio is correct in that the situation means two things. You either protected a predator through years of silence, or you lied, attempting to destroy a YouTuber's career. What actually happened there? I don't think Night Docs is a predator. We've made jokes in our friend group. I wouldn't call it predatory, but I would not call it...
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. So, when MamaMax says it here, it's a joke. I mean, obviously it has a JK here. When MamaMax says it here, it's a joke. But in the beginning, when he was showing in the group chat and Ryan had said that one thing, he didn't say it was a joke then. Go back to what?
Attempting to destroy a YouTuber's career. What actually happened there? I don't think Night Docs is a predator. We've made jokes in our friend group. I wouldn't call it predatory, but I would not call it... I would rather respect his privacy. Secondly, what's with suing your supposed friend Mudahar for $1 million, telling the victim that he's rich and so seeking $1 million would help with the case?
I basically realized that this person wants to effectively sue me for a large chunk of money, okay? An obscene amount of money. Why? Because to me, all this appears is all I ever was to this man was an extremely rich friend who had enough social media clout for him to piggyback his stupid case off of.
My stupid case. So yeah, I thought he was my friend too. Until I saw the things he was doing.
And immediately he initiated sex.
Okay. At the time, Nick?
What?
Yes! URR! I want to see URRs in the chat, please. Thank you.
Just so everyone is clear on this, Mudahar digitally signed a non-disclosure agreement to protect the identities, testimonies, and evidence of the survivors, and was only allowed to release it with their consent. And then he breached that agreement multiple times.
Okay, I just got confirmation. Mudahar just fucking DM'd me.
Especially when there's...
Mudahar just fucking DM'd me, saying that there's not even proof confirming that there's even evidence. I thought he was bullshitting about the NDA. If Mudahar actually did have to sign an NDA to see the information, he broke that NDA with me because he told me in my DMs that it's what the evidence is.
Keep in mind, Mudahar did not talk to any of the survivors when
Muda just said your evidence is unverified.
he was leaking this information, and he is the very reason why people were not taking the evidence.
Oh, that was the same night. Speak to Xylie.
Seriously.
Exactly what is the supernatural here? Like, let's just try to understand that.
Did you hear any of the lore?
Do you know the lore?
But then, after he talks to the survivors, and they walk him through the evidence, now it is all of a sudden one of the most serious of cases.
I'll say what the evidence like appears, at least. It feels like there's definitely like a bad, it's like the worst I can see is somebody taking advantage of people, like emotionally, sexually, physically. Looking at this whole story and talking to people that were actually affected by it, I think that there was like really, there was illegal shit that happened, right? Look, there are real people that I believe have been hurt by this. And for that considering, I am giving my full support as much as I can. Speaking with more of the victims after this call myself, I feel very disgusted hearing any more about the situation and the things that have been alleged to go behind it, which is why I'm doing my due diligence to at least try and help these victims out, but privately, not a public spectacle like Max is doing. I think I'm just gonna take the day off today and get on the stream with you boys.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to burn you because I've asked you so much already. But
No, man. It's good to work with you.
Oh man.
This whole thing has been so fucking insane, bro. I'm so glad that call came out. Ever since she made that like post on her Discord, it's like this call will make him look bad. I'm like,
That's why I made the thumbnail, dude. I just wanted that to be the first thing people see.
I literally like the moment I saw that, I was like, dude, I'll just fast track her it up and just release this fucking thing myself.
So, just to make sure we're all on the same page, Mudahar was verifiably defaming me, the survivors, and this case with these public statements he made both before and after signing a non-disclosure.
Oh, shut the fuck. Matt still consulting his Chat GPT lawyer for internet court. True complexity.
Agreement.
And I think the NDA stuff is really wild too. It's like, obviously, I think NDAs are like designed to, I feel like it's almost like a way to add some level of credence to this. Like there's some crazy case, like NDAs aren't enforceable in this situation. Like, I mean, I could leak out everything. What's gonna happen? Are you gonna sue me or something?
So what this means is that Mudahar Anas signed an NDA under false pretenses with the intention to release information.
Okay, you see this? You see this? This is exactly why I wouldn't have signed that NDA, because I would have had to have signed that NDA with my real name.
That Mudahar Anas signed an NDA under false pretenses with the intention to release information without the consent of the survivors.
But you're going publicly and saying that to everybody else when you haven't spoken to the others. I'm just trying to understand, why would you do that without talking to us?
Which can fall under breach of contract, defamation, negligence.
You know why he's able to do that without talking to y'all? Because your boy Max made it public knowledge. And once it became public knowledge, we all could talk about it. Once he started doing those stupid ass fucking live streams, that's when people started to dig. Once he went after Moist Critical, people started to dig. Once he tried to force people to talk about it, people started to dig. They just so happened to dig in a direction that Max and you didn't like, you stupid bitch. Oh, I hate hearing Spencer's voice. I will give him this. It was a stupid decision to sign an NDA at all. I agree. But I don't think that NDA is fucking forcible.
And since this does pertain to a criminal investigation, it could also fall under tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, and contempt of court.
Because it's a criminal investigation, are you the person that's investigating the crime, Max? Because you already fucked that up. You fucked up many others. What? What do you mean? Are you the cops? Are you a cop? No.
I've actually been speaking with multiple legal professionals who all seem to think we have a very solid case. And given what's happened with Carl Jotz recently, I'm pretty confident that we could sue Mudahar for a lot more than $1 million, given the amount of damage he has caused.
That was in Australia.
If you make a serious fuck up like that, I think not only is removing the video a big problem, but you really gotta go onto your main channel and address these situations. If you make a fuck up, especially one where you inadvertently end up slandering somebody, you gotta cover for that.
And that money could absolutely...
Complexity says it's hard to tamper with something that doesn't exist.
Help the survivors and this case. He has repeatedly claimed that he would provide financial and legal support for the survivors.
I am giving my full support as much as I can, whether that be emotionally, whether that be helping them liaison with actual law enforcement agents or lawyers, and providing whatever form of financial, benefit that I can, reasonably provide.
But that has yet to come to fruition, because from what the survivors have told me, Mudahar has not actually provided any financial, legal, or emotional support like he's been publicly claiming.
I hope you have proof of that.
At least in the case of Camden Gerard Davis, there is proof. There is evidence of malfeasance. Just because Mudahar said it's nothing substantial doesn't mean it's nothing substantial. He didn't even know what he was looking at. He didn't talk.
Your star witness says she got pregnant 4 times in a 3.5-month period. Your star fucking witness says she got pregnant 4 times in a 3.5-month period. I'm just saying. The same star witness that lured people into that quote unquote cult. I'm just saying.
Talk to any of the survivors when he made that comment.
I don't have that proximity to it, but I'm like, it looks more like an erotic roleplay server where like boundaries are really crossed.
An erotic roleplay server where boundaries were really crossed. What does that even mean?
Like, that's what I'm still putting it out as. Max is not like an idiot. Like, I think he's smart enough to know it, but he's like, fuck it, I'll just frame it as a cult.
Just so we're clear, the survivors came to me claiming it was a cult. And after my conversations with actual experts, I do think it is a cult.
You know, I'll make it look more spookier than I can because his audience is like that true crime audience. And I'm going to say, like, the true
Well, here's the thing. I don't need any experts to tell me you're a fucking idiot.
crime audience is like the most retarded audience on YouTube. You could fucking feed them the biggest load of bullshit, and 9 times out of 10...
That's true, Jussie. There are more cult followers for Xylie's cat. Very true. Like, my chat literally is a cult for Pumpkin. Pumpkin's a cult leader, y'all. You don't understand. This bitch threatens me for milk and breakfast and dinner. Bruh. She threatens me all the time. Oh, so y'all see? Y'all are part of the Pumpkin cult. I should change the name of this channel to the Pumpkin Cult. Just saying. Purple was like, Edna's my baby. See? Edna's got some that like her.
They'll believe it.
He was actively undermining the awareness campaign. He was reaching out to historical detractors of the channel and going on live streams with them before talking to me or any of the survivors and talking shit about the case. Here's just one example out of many. Mudahar repeatedly attacked us on the live streams of people who hate me. Perhaps the most vocal among them is Tommy C.
I'm going to be just straight up honest with you. I want this child exploiter pinned to a cross. And I think that you're going to see a lot more MamaMax content from me.
The fact that this is the first person Mudahar chooses to speak with about this case should speak volumes about Mudahar's true intentions.
Go look into this guy MamaMax's bullshit story, Mudahar. I'm angry. I know I'm legitimately angry. And
well, I mean, I'm like I want you to tell me more. I like it's like the anger is good. It's just like fucking you gotta.
I can't think straight.
I am learning.
I am learning from the angry man who just said he can't think straight. No, yeah, the anger is good. It's not like it clouds your judgment and obstructs critical thinking. The anger is good.
I don't know.
You dumb Max. You know why Tommy was mad, right? You don't know what your audience did? And you know what? I'm going to be kind of honest. It was some of your people that did it too. They went after Tommy for a long while because he just spoke up about you. People would literally not speak up about MamaMax because of his audience. Of course he doesn't address it.
Good. It's not like it clouds your judgment and obstructs critical thinking. The anger is good.
I don't know how much of that 4-hour interview you've seen.
Nothing.
Podcast.
He just said he has seen nothing. So Mudahar was learning from an angry...
That 4-hour podcast was bullshit. He mixed up who said I'm learning. It was Muda, not Tommy. Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot. That 4-hour podcast was absolutely bullshit. I believe I have 20 pages. It's in my electronic notebook. I still have it. I haven't deleted it. But it was like 20 pages of notes I took on that 4-hour podcast. It was absolute shit. It was shit. It was bullshit. And she implicated herself as a trafficker in that fucking podcast. Just saying. Fucking stupid. Yeah, it was Spencer incriminating herself for 4 hours. It was. You know?
man who can't think straight, who constantly spreads disinformation on his targets, who made multiple streams about how I am a scammer, has seen nothing. What?
This whole situation.
Can you send in the video he made on me? Can you send Muda the video he made on me that one summer?
Please teach me your ways. Washed up commentary channel number 46,853.
Tommy, that video was not about you. I gave you a 3-minute segment, and rest assured, Mudahar already watched it.
And I bet you if you check your analytics, most of the views were just in that 3 minutes. Because nobody gave a fuck about what was in the rest of that video, because the rest of that video was bullshit. You literally added a call out to catching a predator. You were too fucking lazy to make it a video. You were too fucking lazy to make it a video of its own. Nobody gave a fuck about the rest of that video. We all call it the Tommy video because you were stupid enough to call Tommy out on it. Sorry about it.
This is the text he sent me after he watched it. I think he put our friend Tommy on suicide watch, bro. Wait, for real? Lol, I saw the first part. LMFAO. If he didn't already, he probably should. And now, all of a sudden, he is pretending to...
Okay. I kind of hope this isn't true. Dreamy says, why can't Max make original films instead of this bullshit, to be honest? I agree with you, Dreamy. Honestly. Okay. Now, if this is true, are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. We're not surprised because that's what they all did in that group. Okay. 2, something else about Max is he has very talented people around him where they know how to fake shit like this. So I don't know if I can 1,000% believe this receipt because it is coming from Max and his camp. So either way, it's fucked. Either way, it's fucked. Tommy said he is only going to accept an apology from Muda if he makes a video on his main channel. Huh, interesting, Stan. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, it's Tommy. Hey, that's if that's how Tommy wants it, yeah. There we go. It's Tommy's right to say that. Tommy's right to say that.
Shit. I think you put our friend Tommy on suicide watch, bro. Wait, for real? Lol, I saw the first part. LMFAO. If he didn't already, he probably should. And now, all of a sudden, he is pretending to be best friends with Tommy C, someone he constantly talks shit about.
I mean, I've had this discussion with Tommy recently, and actually I would say Tommy C and his call-outs with Max because I have respect for Tommy C. I've talked to him, and I think if he's going to say something, there's probably some weight to it.
Most of you will have no idea how hilarious this is to hear. But other YouTubers who have heard Mudahar talk about Tommy C behind closed doors will know that he is bullshitting all of you. For example, before we started recording for the Some Ordinary podcast, Mudahar told me not to worry about Tommy Senile because nobody has any respect for him anyway. He has no respect for Tommy C. He has no respect for any other creator. He has zero respect for his own audience.
A lot of people...
Okay, wait a minute. Now let's pause this for a second. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? I want the proof that he actually said it. Listen, Max, I'm telling you right now, I do not believe words that come out of your mouth. I only believe when you show actual shit. I want to see the proof of him saying that. Don't just say it because I'm not going to automatically believe you. I'm not. I'm sorry. Listen, I understand people are pissed off at Mudahar. I get it. But I also understand that we're dealing with MamaMax here. You know what I'm saying? MamaMax lies and manipulates. And he has people around him that know how to fake shit. He also has people who know how to look into other people, and I don't mean just based off their YouTube videos. All right? So you have to look at this from all angles. Again, I understand Muda has been very shitty lately. I get it. But we're also talking about MamaMax too. You know?
People watching YouTube cannot critically think anymore. So when that video came out, and I was like,
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We gotta catch up with the chat real quick. Let me catch up with the chat. Ah, here we go. Are we good? Are we good? Have we caught up yet? Not yet. We're almost there. Hold on. There we go. We're caught up now. And out. Welcome to Xylie Gets Real, where I talk about nothing lolcount. If you want to come over here and troll, go troll somewhere else, because I'll kick your fucking ass out. Bye! Okay, let's go.
reading the comments, I'm like, yo, they're eating this shit up. What the and then, like, I make a video and everyone, and then, like, I make a video and everyone, like, flips. I'm like, you guys are the worst people. You cannot critically think whatsoever.
It's not that your audience can't critically think. It's the fact that we have misplaced our trust in you. Furthermore, why did you sleep on this Camden Gerard Davis case for 3 years only to expect multiple influencers to immediately jump on it as soon as you start discussing it? Why tell people to hurry up and discuss it, such as making videos about critical, not immediately responding to you, when you yourself didn't respond about this case for 3 years?
Scully. Hey, Scully. Thank God I have this to listen to while I'm working. Hell yeah.
People tell me about allegations all the time. I don't really know what's real and what's not until I actually look into it. Spencer kept messaging me, and once she invited me to the Discord server with the other survivors, that's when I realized, oh shit, this is important. I should have exercised patience, as they have done, but it was just so sad to see all of them. They kept trying and trying and trying to tell their story.
Spencer was a fucking fan. Spencer was she wasn't even a clout shark. She was a clout fucking demon. The whole reason why she wanted it on YouTube, because she wanted the fucking clout. Why else would she have made a fucking channel? You put a fucking video up where you were dancing for 10 fucking hours, and that god-awful fucking podcast that she put up that was 4 hours long of her implicating herself. She wanted the fucking clout. I'm telling you now, this girl has been chasing clout since forever. I saw old posts she made on, listen, she had an account with almost fucking, it seemed like every fucking social media you can think of. Like shit I've never heard before. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And it was always the 3 same names that she would use, just switching them off depending on the platform. She was a piece of shit. She's an attention whore.
And no one wanted to listen. And now I'm here and I'm telling all of my friends, and none of them wanted to listen.
Your involvement would entail a brief 15-minute session, allotting 3 minutes per survivor. A subsequent Q&A is optional.
And no one showed up. Yeah, I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna launch this case into everyone's face.
Yeah, no one showed up because of the bullshit that you tried to pull, bro. What?
By fake canceling Charlie. And I was praying, I was hoping that he would just sit down and listen to them. And I know the importance of this case and cases like this will only grow as time continues. So maybe one day it will carry the urgency that it deserves. But Mudahar divided all of the survivors and made sure that they didn't talk. And that's really sad. Because many cases like this often only begin after a public awareness campaign.
And when we found out what else was going on behind closed doors, I'm talking crimes ranging from blackmail, forced labor, child trafficking, I was mortified. So I went to the authorities with a band of fellow Shocked X members, and we blew the proverbial whistle. But they didn't do anything. Fell on deaf ears because they didn't know what they were looking at. So we went to the press. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm on the front page of the New York Times. It's not exactly what I was imagining my life would be when I started out as an actress, but here we are. After that, the rest is cult history. A dramatic arrest in Mexico, a 6-week trial, a 4-hour deliberation, and ultimately, a 120-year prison sentence for Nexium's founder. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Why are we watching this? What the fuck?
Also, why did you lie about certain predators being in police custody, such as Zach Haddad, aka Pablo Sonny, when in reality you didn't know if he was in police custody? I was just dispensing the information that I was given. So just for quick context, Pablo Sonny is a child predator we found on IMVU. He has multiple victims that I made contact with on the platform, and I confirmed that he was grooming minors via direct investigation. We verified his face with a specific hand gesture, and his voice can be confirmed by his friends. You can watch the full videos if you want more detail, but here's a paraphrased version of our call.
You know what? Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the guy. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where's my volume booster? Hold on. Let me go back to 100. Because you know what? No, fuck him. Half-baked podcast. We're going on a trip, kids. We're going on a motherfucking trip. We're doing it. We're fucking doing it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
We're fucking doing it. Hold on. Why are you not letting me hit more on the train? Hold on. YouTube's being fucking stupid. Let me pull it back up. God damn, that shit was 3 years ago.
And welcome back.
Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. All right, hold on.
The police asked him to come back.
As all terrible people are.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if the police asked him to come back or he went on his own volition or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time. I don't know if they did anything yet, but I will be making an update video about him soon.
So he was arrested at some point. It's fair to say that. You know that.
I don't know if it was he was arrested or they just like interrogated him. Like, you know how police they don't have to arrest you to question you.
Right.
Because I don't know if his victims, he did have previous victims before my video. I don't know if they ever spoke to the police about it. I was talking to one of them, but she hasn't been responsive recently. So I'm in the dark so far, but we're going to get back on that after we finish this shit with YouTube.
So you did find out who he is. You did find out who he is, but you didn't put him in jail. Is that fair to say?
I don't know if we put him in jail, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But yes, if we did find him, it did like end his life in a way. Like he got evicted from his residence. All of his friends know, his family knows. He was fired from his job.
Okay.
He no longer is an influencer. He was like a musician.
Right.
And all his shit got taken down.
All right. Well, that's really good. Glad to hear that. Honestly, you should probably be proud of yourself for that. I'm sure you are. So that happened. That happens. And then you post one particular video.
Yeah, police custody because... Hold on. No, it's not in here. Please, before I don't know they ever spoke to the police. Did he say police custody in here? Wait, I got evicted.
Say?
I don't know if we put him in jail, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But yes, if we did find him, it did like end his life in a way. Like he got evicted from his residence. All of his friends know, his family knows. He was fired from his job.
Okay.
I did look up arrested. That's what that says, arrested. All right, there's a third one though. Here we go.
which is, I think, a takeaway some people have had from the video. And she says, remember when YouTube struck 2 of my videos on Xylie, the guy who got arrested for being a pedophile, because I said pedophiles probably shouldn't have a platform. Hashtag pick a side, YouTube. Retweets appreciated. I highly doubt YouTube emailed this person and was like, you said pedophiles shouldn't have a platform. We're going to have to disagree there a bit. We think pedophiles should have YouTube.
Bunch of people, some didn't know that. Wait, what?
As a bunch of people some of which didn't know what they were in for.
I have this tweet from this person named Nani, which is, I think, a takeaway some people have had from the video. And she says, remember when YouTube struck 2 of my videos on Xylie, the guy who got arrested for being a pedophile, because I said pedophiles probably shouldn't have a platform. Hashtag pick a side, YouTube. Retweets appreciated. I highly doubt you.
When 2 videos on Xylie, the guy who got arrested for being a pedophile. See, that was that other dude. All right.
You know I'm 14 though, like, you know, like.
Sorry. Okay.
You know, do you not know like what you're doing? Like you said you're 24, right?
I want you to know that I know that what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry, and I'm really just begging you, like, sincerely, just like, you know, you realize I would go to jail? Like, I would go to jail for like 10 years.
But don't I already have your face, like.
I don't know, and I don't want to give you more, like.
Cause I can already tell my mom right now.
What are you gonna tell her though? You're really gonna do that? Like, why do you want to ruin my life? Like, why? Like, can we just be friends? Like, that's not something that friends do. Like, if do you want to be actually be friends? I was, you know, going through a hard time. Like, there's a lot of shit that I was going through, and, you know, I just was lonely, and my life is like really hard, and, you know, I have to take care. Really scary. Like,
What, Layla? What, Layla? Yeah, that's probably Max doing his girl voice or one of his people doing it.
I'm gonna get like fucking. I'm like not strong. Like, I'm gonna get fucking like beat up and raped in prison. Like, you want that to happen to me because we talked for one day?
After our videos were released, he was exposed to his local community at the Vancouver music scene, many of which I made contact with. Here are the Instagram messages between me and Zach Haddad's former friend. Hey, I'm making an update video on Zach. Would you like to do an interview for it? Hey man, thanks for the message. Last I heard, he was in police custody. I thought this a fair bit these past few days. I respect your platform and the way you unveiled this information. All of us in the community are still dealing with the weight of it daily, but it gets better only with time. I think I'd rather not do an interview for the video, but would be happy to share my words in written form with you as long as I can remain anonymous. Those closest to me and closest to this situation know how I feel about it, and I posted my thoughts a little while ago after processing this. I'm happy to contribute my words to the video, but that's as far as I'm willing to be involved for my own comfort level. No worries, man. A written statement will work just as well. Hey, we have not heard anything on Zach Haddad for a couple of months, either from authorities or peers. We are still in contact with his victims wanting to testify against him. Do you know anything that could help us? Hey Max, thanks for reaching out. We haven't heard any updates about him at all since your video in November, and the whole community here has essentially tried to heal and move on healthily. We will continue to condemn his actions and stand with any victims while trying to build a safer scene here, but nobody knows anything new, or even where he is. Here are some Instagram messages between me and his former roommate. Hey, has the police put out a statement? I figure they asked everyone to not work with us, but I want to be sure they're actually doing something. Haven't heard anything yet. Do you or anyone has the contact information of the investigator assigned to the case? We have the hotel Zach is staying at and want to give them the information if they're going to use it. We are trying to leave this off of our hands now as we've done all we can. We're still dealing with the aftermath of his eviction and providing support for the people who are closest to him. We don't have any contact for the investigators. For now, we would like some space as we are also grieving and processing this situation.
Why are we seeing this?
We also appreciate all the help. Hey, sorry to bother you, but we have not heard anything on Zach Haddad for a couple months, either from authorities or peers. We are still in contact with his victims wanting to testify against him. Do you know anything that could help us? Unfortunately, I don't. Haven't heard from any of his family, and the law enforcement didn't take any action after we all gave statements and offered any evidence.
Hold on, I'm gonna look.
Thank you for your response. Do you know anyone who has contact with him, or know if he's still with his girlfriend when this all happened? Nobody that I know of is in contact with him, and they are not together. And here are some Instagram.
There's your timestamps. And it's taken off of a desktop.
Messages between me and one of his former victims. Hi, I'm a victim of Zach Haddad's grooming and luring of young girls. He did not do this online, but in person while he was 19, 20, and I was 15. Though the intentions of your video seemed harmless, the sensationalizing and dramatizations in the video were unnecessary. I know you have made plenty of money off of this video of yours. I ask that you donate the proceeds to victims of his that need therapy. To keep this AdSense and Patreon money to yourself is selfish and wrong. You do not get to capitalize off of young girls' trauma. I'm terribly sorry to hear that you're a victim of his. You have my gratitude for reaching out. I've been asking some of his ex-friends for a GoFundMe link, but no one has sent me anything yet. But I will happily make a donation. I'd also like to clarify none of my videos are monetized, and I only dramatize the content so that people will start to pay attention, which seems to have worked. Most of my audience are CSA victims, and they have been the ones requesting me to push my content in this direction, so I hope you can understand. Thank you for your quick reply. If I can help in any way in regards to exposing Zach, let me know. During this time, I went on a few podcasts and explained what was going on based on the information I had. Since this was a developing story, I make it clear that I don't know the full details.
What is your primary goal? Is that then? There's no. What's your other?
Well, I guess the question is like the next getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all this.
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what.
That's a lie. He lied. He absolutely lied there. He did give a shit that he got pissed because his video got taken down. That's the whole reason why he got pissed, because that video went down.
What it needed to do, so that was in the video, is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video, or was
yes.
that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. The video was about IMVU and this one predator. I made it about him and him alone.
IMVU is a game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, unless I see scrolling text, I don't buy any of this. Yeah, it looks weird as shit.
The game, and you expose this guy.
Yes.
Do you mind walking me through the chain of events that led from your video to him being in prison?
Yeah, so I dropped the video. The end of the video is a call to action. Usually all my videos are a call to action, like find him, and we did.
So in this case, find him meant like you didn't know who he was. You wanted his doc so he could go to jail.
All we had was his face and his voice.
Right.
And out of that, I said find him, and then within 24 hours, we found him. And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we pegged him. He fled to Mexico. We found where he was in Mexico. I don't know if.
Okay, FYI. The social engineering, guess what he did with the social engineering? He doxes people. Guess what social engineering is? Guess what? Social engineering is a very fancy way of saying something. Social engineering is a very fancy way of saying manipulating. It sounds better as social engineering. He social engineers everybody. That's what he's known for doing.
Find him, and then within 24 hours, we found him. And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we pegged him. He fled to Mexico. We found where he was in Mexico. I don't know if the police. He was from Canada, so I don't know if the police asked him to come back.
That's all terrible people are.
I don't know if the police asked him to come back, or he went on his own volition, or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
So you lied.
No, Nicholas. Let's play the full clip.
He went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time. I don't know if they did anything yet, but I will be making an update video about him soon.
So he was arrested at some point. It's fair to say that. You know that.
I don't know if he was arrested or they just like interrogated him. Like, you know how police they don't have to arrest you to question you.
Right.
Because I don't know if his victims, he did have previous victims before my video. I don't know if they ever spoke to the police about it. I was talking to one of them, but she hasn't been responsive recently. So I'm in the dark so far, but we're going to get back on that after we finish this shit with YouTube.
So you did find out who he is. You did find out who he is, but you didn't put him in jail. Is that fair to say?
I don't know if we put him in jail, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Huh. Pretty funny how these commentary channels keep cutting out context to these clips and then misquoting me completely to things that I never actually said.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested. It was because of me. It was because of my video.
So it's starting to look more like they are lying. And I was actually being completely honest and transparent. Regardless, I clarified Zach Haddad's fate in the subsequent video.
So the hunt continues. We theorize that they will try to find sanctuary.
They got me looking all over the fucking place. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Where did Nick put that conversation at? Was it on the main channel or was it on the VOD channel? The second channel? All right. All right, we gotta find it. We're gonna find it together, kid. Okay, hold on. View full playlist. All right. And it breaks his silence. This video will make you hate MamaMax. The end. Where's the call? Oh, here we go.
After you platformed counter narratives and you were
Are you dipping too, Max?
I'm down to keep talking to you if you have more questions.
Give me 1 second. I just want to go through it. We don't have to sit here for too long and do this, but there are a few more things I wanted to touch on.
Can I just ask one thing?
Go for it.
So what was the thing that set you and Muda off that y'all did not like?
It was a combination of the 10 hours of reacting to every single thing. I think your last stream was probably the worst, in my opinion. That pissed me off. I thought it was pretty embarrassing to debate like Smaggle Daggle. Like, well, these are total fucking idiots.
Listen, Smaggle Daggle was a motherfucking champion that night, okay? Smaggle Daggle was the champion we fucking deserved that night. Don't hate on Smaggle.
So,
I'm not trying to.
I said this in the stream. I don't know how much you've heard of it. I doubt you've heard much of it because honestly, I wouldn't have listened. I'll be honest. But like, when you're saying stuff like the survivors want to do this live stream, it really feels like they wanted to do the first half of the live stream. I don't understand why you're putting yourself in a situation where you have to debate 5 commentary orbiters at once. It's not helping you.
So, as part of the documentary, it has been to like you've identified with the trailer. Like, we are documenting destructive influencers. We are taking the time to listen to their side, but when we ask if they can listen to our side and be platformed, we are being rejected. And that is an example of milieu control. As I explained earlier, that is one of 8 criteria to be identified as a cult leader, as laid out by Robert J. Lifton on thought reform, which is also known as brainwashing. This is just a small part of what I've learned reading all these cult books and talking to all these cult psychologists. We are documenting.
Skip says, I just woke up. Can you rewind this? Skip, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I've been here 2.5 hours. Shut the fuck up.
Everything. Like, this very call is being documented.
Okay.
We want... Yeah.
All right. Questions. I want to just throw this right over to you. Is there any substantial evidence that led you to claim that Magnetar, Anthony, was doxing you on Kiwi Farms?
There is cross comparisons between the videos he used in MamaMax is a manipulator, whatever he called it, and the Kiwi Farms like leak on me. The same videos, the same pictures. They could not have gotten any of that information without reaching out to someone who knew me, which was Anthony Field. Additionally, he's also okay showing my full driver's license.
Well, he didn't show your full driver's license. He just showed your name and date of birth, and he did that because you were being accused of lying about your age. Well, and you told everyone, I'm Max Stryker, look me up, I have nothing to hide, and that wasn't your full name.
You did say that, Max. You did say that.
No, it is my full name.
Was that your...
But Magnetar shouldn't have done that, too. I don't agree that Magnetar should have done that. But you did say that.
Was that your born name? You were born Max Stryker?
It was not my birth name, no.
Okay, so when you say...
Yeah, complexity. So in other words, there's no evidence, but I believe it's the case. Yes, it's a trust me, bro.
Look me up, Max Stryker. I have no record.
I know Magnetar. We already talked about it. We already talked about it, bro. It's all good.
And people go, oh, that's the point.
To state if you have committed a crime and have been charged for it. I also just went through a name change process.
Yes, and also documents follow you even through a name change.
Sure, but a social media footprint might not. Again, I wouldn't have put your driver's license in the video. But
yeah, same. I wouldn't.
Regardless, that picture was also used by my exes, which was not censored.
Okay.
And people found my mother's house through that.
Well, I'm very sorry. I've had similar things happen with my family. I'm all over Kiwi Farms.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I fucking in this drama space that just fucking happens. It's whatever. So a few different things. I'll keep it short, obviously, but a few specific to you things because other people are asking about other investigations that you've done and stuff like that. And I was a bit curious in regards to your process, especially knowing now that I guess we've kind of tested the limits of what you can do.
Okay. Side note, Grinder, thank you for the 10. What up, girl? What up? Okay, listen. I remember when Mudahar and Nick went to go talk to MamaMax because I was in a call with Doe, right? And Doe is in the other room of Mudahar. And I was like, and me and Doe were like, no, sorry. They weren't living together at the time. So I think she was at her house and whatever. All right, anyway. So we were like, we want to know about the pregnancies. We want to know about the pregnancies. So she's texting Mudahar and he's telling us what she's saying. We're having a fucking fit and we can't say anything because this is their talk with Spencer and MamaMax. So we can't say shit and we're sitting on this fucking information like, ah! Oh, God. Oh, Spencer. I'm telling you, I was more upset with Spencer than I was MamaMax, bro.
Because this is something that seems a bit out of your comfort zone. I think that's a nice way to put it. So recently, people have been saying that your investigations kind of skew the line between fact and fiction because they're finding things that you've created as context for the video. I think people are pointing to the Discord server that you were an admin of when you were showing it, the lawsuit that you changed the name or whatever. How much of what you do is kayfabe and how much of it is legitimately like live? This is the investigation. Here it is.
So the investigations themselves are real, but obviously the films have fictional elements. There's multiple reasons. Like, for example, the admin thing on the Discord server, I had to recreate it. Yeah, that was a recreation because I didn't have the originals. The IMVU thing, I wasn't. I don't know why people are saying like it's a film. Like I am presenting it as if it were to be real, but I didn't think people would take it as that. Like,
but wait, you hunt pedophiles. You don't think that people are going to think your videos are real?
So that's the thing. So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a pedo's face and what they're doing. Like, because obviously that's all real. And that's why we include like Mega Drive links to show like this is the full evidence. This is all real. Everything else should be considered fake, whether it's real or not. Like if I'm sending viruses to a pedo, whether that's fake or real, that's on purpose because I don't want people to know if I'm actually sending viruses to pedos because that's implicating myself.
Okay.
You are a stupid motherfucker.
So I guess the next logical question from there is just asking, because now it's come up saying like, well, you've never been to court. What have you done? What is the most substantial outcome of a predator hunt that you've done? What is the final nail in the coffin? You're like, if you had to go tell somebody, oh, what do you do? What does Max Striker do? What's your proudest moment?
Honestly, the hunting pedos isn't my proudest aspect. The thing I'm proud of is inspiring those who are CSA survivors to fight back. That is my goal.
Have you ever gotten someone arrested?
If I have, then I don't know it.
You went on my podcast to tell me that you've got someone arrested and it was because of your video, just to be clear. Would you like to re-answer that question?
I've been emailed stuff like, hey, you got this guy arrested, congratulations.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video. And you told me that 2 years ago.
It's kind of egotistical of me to say that it was my video that did it. I don't know that for sure.
But then you said recently that he fled to the Philippines. So was Sonny ever arrested? Pablo Sonny? Did that ever even happen?
Yes, he did. All we know is that his last location we picked him up from was Mexico. Whether he fled to the Philippines or not, we don't know. We just know he has family there, and that's the most likely destination they would go to, just because.
But he was so he was arrested. That was.
Pablo Sonny? I don't think so. I think he got away.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, if he was arrested, I have no idea.
Why did you tell me he was arrested? You said Pablo Sonny.
I had. Since this was a developing story, I make it clear that I don't know the full details.
What is your primary goal? Is that then? There's no. What's your other?
Well, I guess the question is like the next getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all this.
So I know there's people out there.
Where in the fuck did he have it?
They're saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. So that was in the video. Is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. The video was about IMVU.
Oh, you said it here.
Back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. So that was in the video. Is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. Right. The video was about IMVU and this one predator. I made it about him and him alone.
IMVU is a game, right? You played the game and you exposed this guy.
Yes.
Do you mind walking me through the chain of events that led from your video to him being imprisoned?
Yeah. So I dropped the video. The end of the video is a call to action. Usually all my videos.
You dumb let's go back to where we were.
Regardless, I clarified Zakadad's fate in the subsequent video.
So the hunt continues. We theorize that they will try to find sanctuary in the Philippines where they have family. So all of my viewers who are Filipino, wag mahiyang iriyak.
You know, all they have to do is go to the podcast itself and then go look up Nicholas Diorio and find the conversation and find where you two are alone. But they listen to the whole thing. You're a clip chimper. I just caught you clip chimping. You dummy. All right, we're going to finish. Wait, is this a different chapter? Okay, we're going to finish this chapter, and then I'm going to finish this up tomorrow. Because I got to go to work. I got to clock in.
Upload ang video nito at yung huling video na naisalin sa sarili niyang.
Regardless, I clarified Zakadad's fate in the subsequent video.
So the hunt continues. We theorize that they will try to find sanctuary in the Philippines where they have family. So all of my viewers who are Filipino, wag mahiyang i-re-upload ang video nito at yung huling video na naisalin sa sarili niyang wika sa inyo na ring ang makita sa ad basta ipalaganap niyo ang mensahe.
So I don't think I lied. I'm not.
You are so fucking cringe, bro. Do you realize how fucking cringe you are? This first half of this video. Oh my God. You had a year and a half to fucking respond, and this is what you put out?
I'm not here to meme on you or make fun of you. I genuinely once believed you were making a difference at one point, but now I'm not so sure. I hope to hear answers.
Jan, sup, Xylie? 2 years on the squad. Hell yeah. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate it.
From you soon, Max. I hope that answered some of your questions. I would like to continue this conversation. Why is Spencer...
Okay, so my favorite part, I have not... Okay, and I just want to let y'all know, I have not previously watched this video because I'm telling you now, I wasn't sitting down by myself with Pumpkin, of course, you know, because Pumpkin's my producer, right? I was not going to subjugate myself and Pumpkin to this video by myself, okay? So I have not watched any of this. The only thing I've seen is where people say that I showed up in the video, and I was like, oh, shit. All right, so we're going to pick this up tomorrow. We're going to finish this video tomorrow. So, yeah, sure, Locale Kings, sure. But I got, yes, Grinder, yes, we're finishing it tomorrow because I got to get to work, okay? So, okay, we're doing it tomorrow. We're finishing it up tomorrow. Y'all can say no all you want, but you know how I roll. Meeting, I can't. All right. So it's there. So let's go to, oh, wrong file. Okay, see you next month. No, Sora, we have to finish the video. You will see me tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. We do not consent to stopping here. Well, get the fuck over it, because y'all got to remember this is a Xyliarchy. This is not a democracy, okay? Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot. All right, I'm getting out of here. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the memberships. And thank you for just being here. And if you're in the bushes and you didn't say a goddamn word while we were live, that's okay, because I appreciate you too. All right? Y'all have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
You don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have
cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no